looks good. It's on the dance floor.
Golfer 1 with a look at eagle. That's in the cup. Golfer 2 with an eagle putt.
Welcome, everybody, to the 2020 Wisconsin Open. I'm Kevin Lindsay, sitting alongside Mike Johnson. We're here at Sussex Bowl. 105 players here signed up for the main event.
Great
qualifying,
turnout.
qualifying is going on. Mike, let's talk. You already started Dodge City.
Correct.
How did that first course go for you?
Dodge, I think most guys that have played this year, or even if you haven't, I think it's probably the most scoreable course of.
I heard some 31s were being dropped.
It's certainly a 31 setup. The first hole is a drivable look. It's almost makeable if you can get it online. I think you're going to see some guys buzz the cup on that even. Not the trickiest of looks. I think you're going to see a lot of 31s, a lot of 30s. I gave away a stroke on 18, which was unfortunate, but I did shoot a 30 with some points, so I'm pretty happy with how that went. I'm not ever going to complain about a 30. So.
Oh, yeah. All right, so I believe we're getting ready for Andy Fox and Mouth to start qualifying. But for our friends that are just joining us that might not have never been to a tournament or understand the qualifying process, let's talk about that. 5 courses. There are 6 eligible courses, including Coral Ridge, the GT3 Remastered. No Grand Tetons today.
Right.
So we're going to skip over, skip Grand Tetons. But top 32 players after all 5 courses, top 5 in scores are going to move on to the gold bracket to compete for the Wisconsin Open Championship. Always
11,000 added, I heard.
11,000 added, yeah. Stefan, Cassie, and their staff here at Sussex Bowl have been wonderful so far. This is the 9th year, I believe, here for the Sussex Bowl for the Wisconsin Open, but 10,000 extra added because we hit that 100-player plus mark.
Very cool.
You're going to see, I believe, 8 different players qualifying over the course of the next couple of hours, and then on Sunday, head-to-head match play is going to start. Top 32 are going to be competing in gold for that Wisconsin Open Championship, but almost as important, if not more important, the 64 in silver or purple are competing not only for cash prizes, but that World Championship pass for the 2020 World Championships in Las Vegas.
Everybody's going to have something to play for.
Yes, and you know what? We talk a lot about this lately. There are a handful of top guys that are not here. Lance Harris, Brian Bernhardt, current world champion Mark Stenmark, Paul Luna. You know, I feel like I should write these down because I always forget. But there's I would say
probably
10 to 15 top 50 players that could easily make a mark here in qualifying and
some that have probably
play.
already qualified that we're not even mentioning. But yeah, I mean,
exactly.
But it should be, I think, a nice wide open field. Like you said, we got 105 people here, and everybody's, we're starting on Dodge. So everybody's, they got their eyes on that first round. Let's get through the first round with a nice score, and let's see where that can take you.
Right.
Next two courses are going to be a little bit more difficult with Powell and Jamaica. So.
Jamaica Bay, beautiful, all beautiful courses, but a lot of water in play. With Jamaica Bay and then Lake Powell. And then, of course, Oakwood is usually pretty solid in terms of setup. Elevation changes can get the best of some players.
Sure.
But just like we saw in Florida a month ago, the Coral Ridge, the potential for Coral Ridge to make a difference.
Absolutely.
Coral
At the
Ridge,
very end of it, too, after people maybe had some
after
some
5-6 hours of
maybe?
qualifying.
So,
we're looking at Mouth here, and I'm reading the comments because I won close to the pin, so people are, it's okay. It happens. It's a proud moment. But Coral Ridge, when I say Golden Tee 3D Golf, I'm talking 20 years ago, a very different era of Golden Tee, no backspin button, no roll.
Right.
To get backspin, you actually had to hit the trackball harder. There was no, custom
no shot meter.
No shot meter, no custom clubs, no custom balls. So that course is built for a 23-26 par. So it'd be very interesting to see
might not be
what
what
happens, later in the afternoon. Probably, I would say at this point, 5-6 o'clock would people start, rolling through that course.
And I think certainly with some of the new equipment that's been released with the Titans and a lot of people that have switched to the Stouts, it's been out for a few years. It's going to be an interesting dynamic to watch too.
Needed one more
Brewer just won the
biscuit
last
for
tournament.
breakfast.
He's a stout player.
Golfer one.
Yeah, I actually just heard from a handful of people, Al Zarel.
I just actually talked to Mouth. I'm not sure if what he's using on this particular course, but he has said he's 3 of the 5 courses he's playing Stouts now. So you're seeing a lot of guys changing equipment. When you get into the pressure of match play, which obviously this is just the qualifier, so these guys aren't playing against each other, but they're playing against 104 other guys. So they're be interested to see if the pressure, especially with guys that are maybe switching some equipment.
All right, so let's talk as Fox, who you're looking at right now.
Multiple tournament champion.
Yeah, I mean, Fox, former player of the year. Mouth, obviously, Mark has been a top player for many, 10, 15 years. Been a little while, I think, almost 3 years since he has won a Power Events or National Golden Tee Tournament.
Okay.
Does it have
St.
the distance?
Louis 2017, I believe he beat Kevin
Trust his
O'Connor.
judgment, Jim. He
so
knows
Mouth,
what he's doing.
always comes into these events feeling
ready
strong,
to putt.
and Mouth is one of those guys when he gets on a hot streak, he's dangerous. And his biggest opponent is honestly himself.
He's going to be, as you'll see, I think as this unfolds, he is not going to be afraid to go after any pin. He's not going to be afraid to try what some guys consider call folds shots
to call for one.
It might not be aimed directly at the pin, but he's gonna utilize the different spins, and you're probably going to see some shots, especially if you're new to Golden Tee, or maybe just checking it out. But
nice bite.
You're going to see some shots.
Now on tee.
Now, the interesting thing here is, there's a big conversation around Stouts because Stout golf balls take away a good portion of the wind. A lot of top guys are starting to switch to them. Chris Brewer and Adam Harris, who went first and second for last month.
A nice birdie opportunity.
With so many players switching over to Stout, somebody like
at the
Mouth
tee.
and Fox, they have their own style of play for sure. But the fact
Nice
that they've
tee
now
shot.
switched over to
now on tee.
Stouts is interesting. I think you saw it already. Mouth has 1 or 2 shots, great shot points on some of those courses.
And I did just get told I do have to get ready for my next match. Just a heads up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Glad I was at least able to get us started here. So.
Oh yeah, no.
Kevin will
appreciate
take you through the next few
you
holes
joining
here.
me. But what I'm going to do, because you're a wonderful human being, is find me somebody who's not.
Is this one
not
going to do it?
talking. Or actually,
Golf
Paul
for
Lady
two.
right there could probably
I'll
probably
find you
jump
something.
in. Yeah. But
Absolutely.
thank you, sir.
No problem.
Not
I'll
the
probably
last
be
time
back
for
on
sure.
later, hopefully.
Absolutely.
Well, he's dialed in now.
Jordan, what's
Golfer
going
two
on?
the dance
Thank
floor.
you for joining us.
It's in.
Thanks for
Eagle
everybody
three.
joining us, whether you're watching us live
Golfer
on
one,
Facebook,
ready to
YouTube,
putt.
Twitch, or
In the
Mixer.
hole for Eagle.
Make sure you are sharing the live feed. You are
First
watching
up
the
is golfer
2020
one.
Wisconsin Open, the qualifying matches. So this is not head-to-head. These guys and gals do not have to worry about getting eliminated today. This is just to determine where their
Wow,
seating is going to be
that
in
one
that
just kept
105
going.
person bracket.
Golfer two
Top 32
on the
go
tee.
into gold. The next 64 after that is going to be the silver and purple bracket, and then anybody remaining after that will go into the pink bracket.
What a breathtaking
and,
performance.
Joining me,
This
Mr.
one's
Paul
right
Lady.
in the
doing, buddy?
fairway.
Good to see you as always. Glad you're able to make it. How you
It was
feeling?
rough. Feel pretty good. It's a qualifying thing. You
Keep
get those
moving.
nerves, you get those even as many
Returning
tournaments
to
as I've
golfer
gone to.
one.
I was just going to start
This
talking
will
about
be from the sweet
you know,
stuff.
depending on. Well, you drove in this morning, right?
Yeah.
Which is a little
Let's
different.
go.
Usually you're here like
Usually I'm
you
here
know,
Fridays,
two with
but
the
we're called, so gotta work.
responsibility. But the important thing is that you made it here and
Golfer
that
one on tee.
you're hanging out. How did you play dodge yet?
I did.
How did it go?
31.
Good. And is that 31 the par?
31 is par.
So
I screwed
basically-
up. I screwed up 2, overshot it, and missed my chip back in, and then happened to hole out. What's that par 4 where you drive, where you have the possibility of hitting the
Remarkable. Golfer
ball
two
washer?
from the tee box.
Par 5. Par
Oh.
5. I'm sorry, that par 5. I double eagled that, and then shot clean after that. So I made my ends.
Yeah. Okay, so 31 under. So when we say par for a course is 30 or 31, whatever the case may be, that
Golfer
is
two,
what, if you
putting
make all the
here
eagles,
for
you
eagle.
make all the birdies on the par
Golfer
threes,
one on the
eagle
green,
all the par
trying
fives, and
for
drive the
eagle.
par fours, that is what you should
Golfer one,
end up with
ready
after
to
each
hit.
holes.
Correct. I'm sitting in 9th right now. I just looked at it, but not everybody's done. And
Golfer two,
mouth's
ready
foot
to
in the
hit.
rough. See, I don't know why. I just don't get the whole going over
That was smoke.
going over the barn. I don't
one
get
to
that.
hit.
It's
This win will really
You have
limit
such a-
your
you
distance
always have a
today.
shot on
You've
the other
got to
side.
compensate.
now, especially with this crosswind. Yes, Mouth is playing stouts, but
Just a little spin here. Returning to golfer two.
see now Fox has a nice looking shot right here. He's just going to do a little thumber with backspin.
That'll draw closer.
Perfect.
Golfer one with a look
Yeah.
at eagle.
Yep.
In the hole.
Easy eagle, regardless of whether you go to the
Golfer
left
two,
or go to the right.
chase for eagle.
Are you able to hit those pillars on the top of the
Golfer
barn? 'Cause
one
I've never
at
gone
the
that
tee.
way.
If you end up, it depends on how far the setup is, but I have seen people do it when you're using a driver long distance.
So like the 8.5
There you
or the
have it,
9.5?
folks.
Yeah.
Not the 10.5
Ready
though?
to tee off.
No.
It's golfer two.
So is Foxy switching to stouts too, or does
I was told by Al Zarel that both these guys have switched to stouts.
There it is, Peter.
I tried them. I was up in Minnesota at the Banger Bunker playing with the guys, and me and Luke Nelson decided to try stouts one night. First time I tried stouts, I played dodge, shot a 31 under with 90,000 great shot points. I'm like, oh, these balls are great, and then after that,
And then
it
you
was
play
just-
another game, and you're like, this is the
no,
opposite.
No. Because there's moments when you forget you're playing stouts. So you're
Well,
like,
and that would be my biggest adjustment. Like the hardest part for me would be that. Now, in my defense, I tried stouts in the middle of a daily contest live stream where the people commenting on the stream were like, "Hey, try stouts, da da da." So I tried it. But the stouts are interesting. They've been around for a handful of years, but they really beautiful shot by Fox. They really have made a name for themselves over the last, I would say, 6 months, realistically. Lance Harris won Player of the Year. Lance Harris has always been a top-tier player,
Yep.
but never had won a Power Events tournament. And he's been playing stouts for a while. Paul Taylor, he's won plenty of Power Events tours.
I don't know if he has won one. I don't think he has.
Taylor? No, he's won a handful of NIVs. He's won at least 2 NIVs.
Has he? Okay.
Yeah, it's been a few years. Okay, But honestly, the stouts, they cut through the wind. So the official description, stout maintains distance while it resists the wind. Now, the percentages, a lot of people think that it's about the wind 60%.
Yep.
But, again, you can't just switch to the stouts and play a game. Like, yeah, you shot a good game, and then you said the second game, you just feel different. It's definitely one of those that if you're going to switch golf balls, whether it's stout or street
Mark's going to
or
hold
Titan,
this. Oh.
no matter what you do, when you switch the golf ball you've used for a year, 2, 5 years, 10 years, for some guys, it's just going to take a lot of practice. Practice obviously makes perfect, but stout, I feel like because of that wind resistance, there's much bigger learning curve.
There are certain times it helps, though. I mean, there's certain times when you get to Lake Powell and it's drivable with a stout. Oh, Mark finally got one. There he goes.
I'm surprised he didn't yell and scream. That would actually, I would have expected that from him. And I believe at some point after these guys switch over to the B group for that next game, we're going to talk to Mouth about potentially miking him up, which will be fun to hear.
That's going to be really hard to do with him. He wears headphones, so.
But Mouth loves to talk and loves.
He's going to have to do the parental advisory.
Yes.
We're going to have to get that parental advisory
warning
label on the bottom of the screen here for everybody. You got kids watching at home and Mouth is mic'd up, put them in the other room. So we thank you guys again for joining us here.
Yep.
Really appreciate all the viewers we got. What we got? We're at 119?
119 right now on Facebook, Twitch, Mixer, and YouTube. Of course, Mouth, Andy Fox right now, Decker, Bell, and Stanifer on the B group here, which is actually...
That's a pretty good stream.
That is a good group, too. Decker took second place in the World Championship last year to Stenmark, so, of course, he's always got a lot of pressure on him when it comes to, he almost beat Mark Stenmark. And, you hear his name a lot more, and you see it a lot more in the leaderboard now.
Yeah.
Yeah, and on Sunday, front page, we're going to be on the front page of Mixer.
Again?
So shout out to them for featuring us and some of the great action. You're going to see a lot of interesting shots.
Look at that. That is. He was in. Sorry for cutting you off.
No,
but he was in a bit of a rut behind that tree there, and he just hammered his 8.5 driver, kept me around, and I think Mark thought he was hitting Titans there for a second.
Yeah, he just pushed that chip. Now, the tough thing about everybody knowing this is a 31 setup and these being the B group guys, so they've already seen other people play these courses. So, of course, Mouth, the way he, psychoanalyzes everything, he's going to look at some of these shots and go, okay, this is how I'm going to approach it. And then I think he overthinks himself. Now,
that's why I don't watch people play.
Yes,
that's one of those things. Because I want to play my own game.
Exactly.
I don't want to just sit there and go, oh, okay, that's this coming up, and then all of a sudden you get up there and oh, that's not it. Now what do I do?
Now, looking at hole 13, it's the par 4 with the tiered green. This will be interesting to see what these guys do because they're not necessarily fighting a 12-mile-an-hour wind. It's probably closer to a 6 or 7.
I would say more like a 5 actually, with because it cuts the wind by 60%.
Again, I'd say this a lot. I'm not good at math, but that's why I'm behind this desk talking. And you see Mouth just throw it out there. That's actually a really good shot. Again, you could kind of see where he thought he was using Titans because he went left, expecting that 12-mile-an-hour wind to push.
But what he shot on the events mode for Dodge was really good.
Yeah, and that one actually, I was talking to him because he's also a Golden Tee Home Edition owner, and he's been playing a lot of invitational contest events on home. And Dodge was the first time he went out and played at the bar in a few weeks. So, for him to, I think he said he played about 60, 70 games to get the scores he did to qualify for the World Championship. But again, 60 games that he had to adjust to using the stout golf ball. So.
Well, it's kind of what Jared Decker did. Jared went from being he was a grabber player, grabber or barrages, one of the two, and he said, "I'm going to take 1 month and just play stouts and see what I can do." And now he's a stout player. Not trying to hype the ball up or anything.
No, here's the thing, and I will say, a lot of conversation about, do these balls need to be nuked? Do they need to be changed? You know what? They are the 5th most popular ball that we have.
My biggest issue with it is because sorry, there was an announcement going on.
Smoked prime rib. Yes, I know. I actually shared a picture on our social media because it looked so damn good, and it wasn't even ready yet.
Ooh, my biggest issue with the stouts is I'm an old school player. I started playing when the years of Cypress Cove and Misty Springs.
2008.
Yeah, was it? Was it? Yeah, the year before Rustic Bridge.
Yep.
And when you start playing, you have to take into when I started playing, I had to take into consideration the wind, and learning how to do all these shots with all that wind. And then you get these guys coming in that just started playing like 2-3 years ago, and they're really, really, really good.
Sorry to distract you.
Yeah, sorry.
You guys
That's
in the
all good.
comments, I appreciate you all so much.
ADD is real. And they don't have to learn like you or I did. So.
And it's twofold. I look at it, again, as somebody who's played a long time like you, I look at it as it's good for the newer players to have less of a learning curve. But then they come to a situation like this, and they might be good, shooting 28, 29 with stouts, but then they get to a tournament, whether it's at their local bar or Power or whatever the case may be, and then it changes because, most people think, I could just throw up really good scores. But if you ever go to a tournament and play head-to-head match play, it's a lot different than just the equipment you're shooting.
Right. It's different than playing just two friends at the bar,
exactly.
Sitting there playing a game.
You're talking about nerves. You're talking about it being in a room with 100, 150 other people.
Yep.
Beverages being, drank at, big levels.
Yeah. The amount of alcohol you consume at a Golden Tee tournament is
healthy.
It's healthy for you. It's good for you. It fights the coronavirus.
It only took us 2 days to bring it up. But now this is actually, regardless of the equipment that they're using, this setup's pretty straightforward no matter what golf ball you're using.
Yeah.
And Fox has some wonderful thumbs. And look at that. Oh, just right around the edge.
Yeah, he knew it too. So Mouth's going to make a little adjustment here. I think he's gonna come over with the tee and he's going to throw this thing straight at it. I think he moved back.
He switched it 7.5 to
thumb it and bite. Whoa.
Yes.
I think he biffed his thumbs a little bit there.
He did. You could see it as soon as he hit it, you're like, uh-oh, this might not go well.
But it worked out for him, so. Andy changed his name to Andrew F. That's funny.
I had to double check when I was trying to see, get the numbers for events mode qualifying. I was like, Andrew F. I was like, did he really change his name to Andrew F?
That's weird. You see everything from flying train, flying trash.
Yes, flying trash is always a fun one when he's having a bad tournament.
Yeah.
Interesting.
He's got roll.
Roll.
He's got roll. I don't know if he wanted roll or not.
No, I think he did. Now he probably wanted.
Oh no, he didn't want roll. That look.
I feel like he might have hit that a little bit softer. So Eric from Facebook, this is at the Sussex Bowl in Sussex, Wisconsin, not far from what are we like?
We're about half an hour from Milwaukee.
Yeah, that's
half an
right,
hour
half
west
an
of
hour.
Milwaukee.
I've been coming here for 9 years, just like you have. Like it all blends.
I think we both have.
Yeah.
I think this is. No, I think I was here. I think I was. I'm
now, real
10.
quick to interrupt you. Look at this leaderboard. Now they went by really quick. They both shot 31, but it's like 31, 31, 31.
Yep.
Like, I'll actually pull up the. I'm gonna go here into. Let's see. What is Mouth's username? I'm gonna log into some of my fancy IT tools because I want to pull up the leaderboard here for.
So we're gonna switch over here to the Decker and.
Decker and then Bell and then Staniford, I believe.
Okay.
Yep. So these guys are already on course 2, which is Lake Powell.
Ugh.
I know. Lake Powell is a fun one, depending on which side of it you're on.
Yeah. It has its moments.
Now, interesting. Why?
Yeah, he wants to get over as far as he can to play make the wind as little as possible since he's playing stouts.
That's right. I was going to say, I feel like this is just going to be the stout show this weekend.
Yeah, pretty much. But I'm still old school and playing Titans.
I'm using.
It's weird saying old school and Titans.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they're like,
So I started. I watched you play the darts, on the on the stream you do every other day almost.
Yeah, like a couple times a week.
Watching you play the darts, and I'm like, those would work really great for money shot, and they work phenomenally.
I actually remembered before closest to the pin started on Thursday to switch to darts because I went, oh no, it's not hole in one, it's total distance.
Right.
And I was like, I actually have to build a bag for it because I have super spin on all my irons.
Yeah.
And then I have plus on my one random bag. So I had the random bag that had plus spin, no 10.5 degree driver.
Oh.
I was just too lazy to change my bag. But having the darts with that as little spin as possible was beautiful, and it really helped.
I didn't realize it until I went up to Minnesota 2 weeks ago. I was playing the 120 8-iron, which is not a great club. If you
128.
There's a 120.
Yeah, so there's different levels of the 7.
And I was
8-iron.
playing it, and I always wondered why my thumb shots were always coming up short.
Now, how did you notice it? Was it just somebody?
Actually, Luke Nelson pointed it out to me. He goes, "You're playing a 120. There's a 128 iron." Yep. And
The more you know.
then like after he pointed that out, I started realizing why my 8 irons were always coming up short. You know.
Well, that's good. I mean, hey, it's a good thing you have friends in Golden Tee that help you
Right.
find stuff out like that.
Oh man, the banger bunker is now awesome. Oh, I don't know why he backed that up, even playing stouts. See, now Seth's not playing stouts, I don't believe. I don't think he is. Yeah,
I'll tell you what. We'll pull up Seth's account here.
You're looking me up?
I logged into you because I knew how to spell your name. I always spell Mouth's name wrong.
I think everybody does.
I can't say
I
it
just wish
either.
Steve Sobel could pronounce my name right.
You know, that's okay. All right, so we're going to take a look at the stats here. Like we said, a lot of good scores on Dodge City. So, Dodge City. You know what? This isn't going to sort it. It's not going to. Oh, you know what? I can do this. I've got fancy tools at my disposal here. So, as of now, I broke it.
Oh, you left the space.
Yeah, I know. As soon as I hit enter, it's like, dang it. 103 players have currently played. Now, this isn't sorted.
Super spin irons. They are irons that have super spin.
Yeah, so when we say super spin, so when you have backspin
Oh
or
no!
roll or bite or release.
Oh, Jared.
Oh, now.
See, that's where the stouts will come into play right there. So now, yeah, I don't think Seth's not playing stouts. So Seth's going to go for it here. He only hit it at 125.
I feel like he missed that.
He babied that.
Yeah.
So.
All right, so.
See, now I'm thinking about it like, do I want to go for it now?
I know. See,
but I think if you get that at about 143, 142, you will, you'll definitely make it.
All right, so super spin, basically whatever you use, whether it's backspin, roll, release, or bite, it's going to be amplified. It's almost going to be doubled.
Right.
And then the plus spin is kind of like a half of that.
Okay.
So you're going to get, if you have plus, you're going to get a little extra spin. If you got super, you're going to get a lot of extra spin.
No, he didn't make it either.
Yeah.
But he's only using the 9.5. 9.5 is a higher loft driver, so it's going to catch the wind just a touch more. If you have the 8.5, then the 8.5 is going to, I think the 8.5 will definitely get there.
Chris Anthony on YouTube asks, what's the multiplier on the spin for plus versus super? I actually don't have those numbers in front of me. I couldn't tell you, but I would say after using them, it might be like 1.35 for plus and then 2x, I would say, for super. It's a little bit more than half for plus spin, I think.
Yeah.
We'll get those numbers for you.
When before CTP got changed to the way it is now, I always used super spins on them. I used super spins and like a very very spinny, low bouncy ball. So grabbers, and that helped me get a lot of hole-in-ones.
All right, so right now with 103 out of 105 players, at least in the the bracket right now for Dodge City. There are 14 31 unders in this.
Oh, Jesus.
14 31 unders. 18 30 unders. And 11 29s. And 13 28. So it's like there is a lot. The scoring is going to be massive. I don't know. Lake Powell does not feel like it's probably a 29 setup for Lake. But again, I'm just speculating because we're only on hole 5.
Right. We'll see what the wow. Decker goes in the rough there.
And actually, what I'll do for our commentary team when I step away is what I'll do is I'll pull up the leaderboards here for each of the courses so we can actually see.
I don't have my
what's
phone
going
on me. Otherwise, I would pull up the Caddy app for you.
That's all right. I appreciate it.
Trying to stay off of it so it lasts all day.
There you go.
There you go. Smart play right there. Perfect. All right, so Seth's 303 yards out. So I know for a fact he's not playing Titans. I think he's playing 2 drivers. Is he playing 2 drivers? Oh, no, maybe he is, because that should be 320, correct?
Yeah.
Well, maybe he is playing Stouts. See, why wouldn't you bite that?
Well, you know what? Let's. Oh, this is actually beautiful. Watch. I can search
Don't
Seth.
talk about me like that. I'm right here.
I
can hear everything you're saying,
I know.
sir.
I know. Look at this. I type in Seth's name. I grab his player ID. I impersonate him, and then boom, I can tell you exactly what he's using. He is.
And drum roll, please, ladies and gentlemen.
Streak.
Oh.
Interesting. Now let's just confirm that's his 2020 golf ball. Let's see.
Yeah, it's the same color and everything.
Yep,
Does
yep.
he have? He does have a set of Stouts though.
He does have Stouts.
He has barrages. I have to say one of the greatest things you guys have brought to the game, besides the keypad, which is phenomenal, is the tail on the ball.
Oh yeah, those are fun.
You know, not just that they're fun, but the fact that you can see the line that you actually hit the shot on.
Yes.
So you don't
Except
have to,
when you barely miss it and you're like, how did that not go in? Because I do that all the time.
well, that's what the shot meter's for.
Yes. Yeah, true. All right, so Mouth and Fox are Stout. Seth is Streak. Let's see. And we say Decker
he's
is
gonna be a little bit to
Decker
the left
is
there. Decker's definitely playing Stouts.
excuse me.
Put a big. Let's get a good shout out to the guys running the controllers over there.
Yes.
You know, switching between back and forth.
Andy
so you guys
Coleman, our director of
all-time
esports at
views.
Incredible Technologies, and then Mr. Paul Tiffany, his sidekick, as I'll call him. And
His side chick. What?
Sidekick, his go-to, his production guy. These guys working hard. Of course, I can't help but mention Richard King.
Yep.
He got in last night. He's getting all of his camera gear ready to shoot some photos, some videos. Helped us with some of our internet issues that we were having as well.
That man busts his butt for us.
Oh, and he is a wonderful part of our team to have, and oh yes, and he and another one of our player cams too. And if you have not seen some of the great stuff that King has taken photos wise from Golden Tee TV, go like and follow them on Facebook. Has some really cool player profiles that we'll show off tomorrow. He's got an eye for the camera. Now, his Golden Tee game, as he'll say, probably not as good.
Subpar.
And it looks like Taylor is also using Stouts.
We're up. Okay, I'm up. I gotta go. Let go.
All right. Well, thank you for joining me, sir. If you want to do me a favor, you know who to talk to and who to trust. Brandon Robbins right there. If on your way out, if you want to grab him and
yeah, I can do that.
And tell him to come on
no
over
problem.
here.
Take care, guys. I'll see you in a little bit.
Make sure you flip it up. All right.
Don't tell me how to fucking stream.
All right. So if you guys want to follow the brackets as we posted in the chat, pegttour.com, hover over 2020, and then go to the Wisconsin Open. Mr. Brandon Robinson, White Claw and everything, ready to join us here at the commentary desk. Oh, that was a heck of a bounce that that Bell just got. So we are watching Seth Stanifer, Jared Decker, and Taylor Bell playing Lake Powell here, course number 2. And everybody except Seth is using stouts.
Well, that's kind of the norm these days.
Well, we were actually just talking about it. Paul and I. Mouth, Fox using stouts.
Oh, I didn't know Fox was using stouts.
Yes, yes. The chat is doing a shot every time stouts. Poor guys.
Oh boy. Well, I hope they have something very not too alcoholic.
Yes.
Maybe some apple pie or something would be.
Yes, there you go.
Yeah, see, there you go.
And appreciate you guys and gals that are joining us on the chat. For helping us with some of our production as we're going about. Thank you guys for chiming in. Make sure you're sharing these. If you're on Facebook, share that. Whether it's if you're on Golden Tee Fan on our watch party, go over, click on Golden Tee Golf's page, and actually share that link. Because Golden Tee Fan's a private group, you can't share that. We can definitely invite people into that group. And if you have not joined it yet, it's a perfect place to find players in your area.
Yep.
Find players when you're on vacation. Divorce rates do go up when you post on Golden Tee Fan during a family vacation, but
yeah, not highly recommended. But
you know what? I got to give a shout out to Jackie Lociavo and Paige Gossett. A lot of the wives and ladies of Golden Tee that actually travel these tournaments and make it part of their fun and enjoy it. Jackie is a wonderful lady, and I love speaking to her and hanging out with her because she's so much fun and she's got a bubbly personality. But she really she helps keep all of us on the straight and narrow, you know.
Yeah,
and
she's
still
kind of
and still has fun with it.
Yeah, she's kind of our mom, cool mom. Keeps everybody in check a little bit.
There you go, the cool mom, but she'll have a beer with you.
Yeah, 100%, and she's a fellow 49er fan.
Oh
I
I forgot you guys have that in common.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. That's how we met. One of the tournaments down in Houston one year. So yeah, it looks like we can see the thing with these crosswinds. It's like it's not even a crosswind with two of these guys.
And that's what's so weird is that we're saying about 60% wind reduction.
60?
Yeah.
I thought it was a little bit more. So it is about 60.
And I don't know the actual percentages. I'm just going off the cuff based on conversations with the guys that are actually using it.
And that have used other balls before that so they can make that comparison.
I just stick with grabbers because I'm going to screw something up and put it in the water no matter what.
Why don't you try the Titans at least?
I was always a dart guy. I like the darts. It was actually fun because Adam Kramer in the office, he would play Titans, I would play darts, and it was fun to kind of see. We shoot similar shots.
Yep.
So to see the
play
difference.
A similar game. Yep.
But I think I switched back to grabber during one of the daily contest streams. Oh wow! Look at Seth, the look on his face. Watch this. He'll probably skip it, but he hit the fringe. AKA, he should have hit the rock and went in the water. And then he almost nailed it. Okay, so he almost dropped it in there.
You're wanted on machine 17, sir.
Well, everybody, I got to sign off. I got to go play course 2.
Thanks, Brandon.
Wish me all luck.
Yeah, we'll talk to you in a little bit. Appreciate
Sounds like
it.
a plan. See you in a bit.
All right, so we'll grab somebody. Adam Fitz happens to be right there if you want to throw him my way as these guys compete on Lake Powell. Refactoring Reality, thank you. Appreciate it. Hopefully, throughout this weekend, we are going to rotate commentators, get a lot of different thoughts and opinions. I have to be like a mother hen and let my children go and trust them to all behave, so I'm not behind the desk all weekend long. Adam Fitzgerald, thank you for joining me, my friend.
Hey, guys.
Did you just wrap up a course?
Yeah, a couple minutes ago.
How'd it go? Did you play late
Dodge.
yet?
No,
Dodge.
I'm still in the
How
first
did Dodge
one.
go?
I shot a 29. Kind of disappointing. You want to hear something funny? Where do you think my 29 with 0 shotties puts me? Don't look.
Well, I kind of was already looking. I didn't actually look specifically, but I know that there are 14 31 unders.
It was I wouldn't say it's an easy set because it wasn't an easy setup, but the hard holes were easy, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So the hard holes were easy, but some of the not so normally hard holes were actually kind of tough. But
where was it?
49th.
Oh, I would not have expected to be 50. That's
now,
tough.
however, you look at that, it really doesn't matter because it's still one stroke or whatever, puts you in the top 25 or whatever. I mean, like, so it's not that big of a deal. But, yeah,
All
it
right.
still sucks.
So let's just do I did a quick refresh of my special IT tools. We are going to see there are now, oh, that was scary.
IT
I
tools.
searched 31 instead of minus 31, and I saw 40, and I'm like, oh.
Whoa.
All right. So there's still only 14 31 unders. When I say still, I mean that just hasn't
That's
changed
insane.
in 5 minutes. That is crazy. 31 under par.
And it was a par. I mean, that was par.
It means you're birdieing all the par 3s and non-drivable par 4s. You're eagling all the drivable par 4s and the par 5. So that's
and there was
crazy.
some tough holes, like the barn hole, not the barn hole, the barn and the silo hole was a really bad setup with 12-mile-an-hour crosswind, at an 8-wood, so it wasn't easy. But I seen some guys hitting a full in it and everything. So for the fact that 14 guys made that, plus some of the other tough ones, that's pretty good.
And honestly, I would not be surprised if half of those were stout players.
Oh man, I just wanted to watch this hole.
Oh, that's beautiful. Look at this.
So this it's a really good look. I think it's a little more full than he hit there.
Yeah.
But
and hole
I'm
11,
looking at this hole thinking about a high 10.5, 180 right at
hole
it.
11 is
Right
actually
here.
really fun.
So look at that, 399.
Now Seth is using streaks, so you might see that.
Well, he's got a 9.5. That's even better.
Yes.
And I couldn't possibly switch to a 9.5 because I think he'd 180 right at this. I think I can get that with my. I think I'm
almost
just going
a
to keep my. I
bounce
think I'm
in.
going to get that with my 10.5.
Yeah, bite. No roll.
Release maybe. I hate to be short.
I feel like release. If you hit the rough with release, the ball just
stops. Yeah.
Bite, you at least get a little bit of
Little
bounce.
hop, more hops.
Yeah. Chris Longino, Gino Forprez on YouTube, one of our tag team partners here. At this point, he's part
Gino's
of.
awesome.
He is one of the great commentators. We miss you this weekend, buddy.
For
but
sure,
thank
bud.
you.
Nice to see you.
Thank you for
Nice
joining
to hear
us.
from you. Oh, and he says Adam is one of the top 5 commentators.
Oh, he was,
of all
he was
time.
talking about Adam Kramer.
Nope.
Sorry.
It is what it is.
No, but he's true. It's true.
Kramer or I'll take that.
Yeah.
I'm just going to take it anyway.
Yes.
Yeah, top 5 is top 2. Who's the other one? Kevin?
Obviously.
You're pretty good at this too, Kevin.
The undisputed, closest to the pin champion of the Wisconsin Open.
Oh, you're going to bring that up again? So I got a little distracted by being mic'd up for that.
It helped me.
Yeah.
I made sure that the players I was competing against were okay with me talking, and once they all said yes, I said okay.
Yeah, it's cool. Well, I mean, obviously when you and I were doing it, it was a blast.
Oh yeah, that was fun. We need to actually do like more than one game like that.
Yeah, it was cool. The target toss last night, I know you left, but that was pretty cool.
No, I
Got some
watched.
messages
I
from
watched.
that
I
people
watched
were
some of
loving
the
that.
stream. That was fun watching. Seeing Cassie and
Cassie did
Stefan
great.
play. I know she won, didn't she?
She won the second one. we
Okay,
did, yeah.
I missed the first one. That was fun. It was nice to throw back.
And
to
we
that.
did the loser had to buy a round of shots, and I didn't lose either one, so that was awesome. I won the first one. I actually played really well the first one, so I haven't played that game in forever. I mean,
see, and I enjoy the
awesome.
bags more than darts.
yeah,
I'm
we were
terrible
thinking
at real
about
darts.
playing the game of bags. We just didn't get to it. Maybe tonight or something.
Yeah, I think so tonight.
Yeah. So yeah, those of you that
Oh, these guys just on the line now. Taylor has got a handful of strokes to make up because he did water that par 4, the drivable hole. I believe 10 or 11.
okay. 10 was the one we were just, or 11's the one we were just talking about. So probably 10.
Yeah, 10. The one. Yeah,
Yeah.
he hit the rock and went in the water on that one.
If you see Brock walk by, let me know. I got his beer here. I'm supposed to be holding it for him, but he seems to have vanished.
Uh-oh.
I know. Riveting commentary. What can I tell you? Hey, you can only talk so much Golden Tee, especially in qualifying. So who we got here? We got, I haven't really looked. We got Jared Decker. We got Taylor Bell. Taylor Bell, Texas guy. He's in the middle of nowhere, he told me. I don't know where he's at. He's, it's near Houston, but not really, I think, is what he said. He taught, so according to Brock, he taught Brock how to play.
Really?
Yep.
Okay, you know what? He stopped by earlier and was saying something in my ear, and I'm like, come on, I can't hear when I've got these things on.
It is hard, yeah.
And I'm like, what did you say? Oh, wow, that's actually weird. I took it off the headset, and that's like, it's deafening.
Oh, it does. Yeah, that's different. Echoey.
Urban Meyer, when does the folding chair balancing contest start?
Yeah, that guy Taylor is the man. He used a bar stool in Orlando.
I saw that. Yeah,
That was impressive.
Yes,
and it was like 3 minutes. I mean, that thing was
not
up
only at a Golden Tee tournament do you get to make great friends, share some adult beverages, learn how to play better Golden Tee, and have a lot of fun, but you also see silly stuff that I don't know how to describe it. You just have to come here to enjoy it.
It's a crazy group of characters. That's all we can
Characters.
say. Characters is a great
We
word.
should do. I feel like USA had a commercial years ago where it was like be a character, and they pulled like characters out of their TV shows.
Yeah.
We should do a be a character promo for Golden Tee tournaments.
I think
probably
almost. I mean, half of the people here are a character in their own way. And then you got some pretty normal cats, you know.
Yeah.
I don't
It
know
would
if
probably air
any of
one
us fit
time,
into
and
the
then we'd
normal
have
cat
to take it out.
category, but if they're normal, they're probably not doing commentary.
True.
Well, maybe somewhere. They like to talk about Golden Tee and stuff. I just like to get out here and talk. Kind of weird. I like to hear myself talk, I think. Yeah. What do you
I don't
do?
know the feeling.
You know? Yeah. There you go.
Yeah. All right. Let's see. For all of our viewers out there, whether you're on Facebook, Twitch, YouTube, or Mixer, on Golden Tee's channels, again, thank you for joining us. Make sure you're sharing, following, subscribing, etc. Let us know who you guys want to hear on commentary. You can go to PEGTtour.com and actually see everybody that is qualifying out of the 105 players who is here, because that'll give you a better idea of who you could possibly hear on the commentary. And
let us know who you want to hear.
Seth with a bad shot there. He tried hitting a full. You can see it in his face. He was not happy.
Can we?
Right.
Yeah,
in the
he's
water.
definitely not happy. Can we tell him to let us know who you don't want to hear too? Is that a thing?
It depends on who they say.
As long as they don't say Kevin or Adam.
Right. Actually, I mean, they could say Kevin. I'd be like, all right,
I'm done.
I'm just going by the voice of the people. People power.
Well, if they say Kevin, they're probably just messing with you.
Oh yeah.
If they say Adam, then I'm just done. I'm out. I'm out the door.
Bye.
See ya.
Go home.
This is not a bad setup here.
Oh.
That's great. Yeah, 1,000 people on Facebook
Was it
last
really
night
that
watched
much?
me play darts. I can entertain an audience, man.
No, I know you can. I was actually. I'll be honest. I was laying.
I was disappointed you weren't
my
there.
hotel. I know.
We talked about doing that all day, and you were like so giddy to come do it.
I
and then
know.
I finally come over, and you're like, "Oh, I gotta go, man." I'm like, "All right, we'll make do." So I went and found Kenny. Kenny's awesome.
Yeah,
Kenny
Kenny's
Chaos
good.
is awesome. Those of you that don't know Kenny,
damn.
he's just
Michigan
Kenny,
guy,
man. He's
new
just
baby?
He's a character. He does
This
a new
is his
baby.
first tournament in a while, isn't
Yeah,
it?
I'm like, "How did you get out, bud?" And he goes, "I just worked it out. Good timing, good weekend."
He just left. He was like,
He's like, "Here you go, honey."
no, he
Take
didn't
my
even tell
baby.
her. He didn't.
Yeah, I didn't tell her. I'll be back.
Back in an hour.
I'll be back on Monday. See you.
I'll be back in an hour. I'm in the store, and then she sees him on the live stream in Wisconsin.
That's awesome.
Monkey House.
He named his baby Cash.
Cash Money.
Cash. That's his baby's name.
That's
Cash something.
that's a good
Callus.
name.
I forget the middle name. I should know.
He should have named him T.
Yeah.
First name Golden, last name T.
I don't know. That's awesome though. Cash is cool. Kenny's awesome.
He'll
so
make
yeah.
his first tournament appearance probably next year.
Yeah. He'll
Compete
be
in the
playing.
purple bracket.
That's funny. All us 40, 50-year-olds here start
I'm
having these
28,
kids that
but
are old
thanks.
enough to start playing this game. You got to think they're going to be good. I hope it's a next generation of T players
Oh,
coming
yeah.
out.
No, there
none
is.
of mine. I have 3 kids, and they're all girls, and none of them. They look at me like I'm crazy when I'm playing Golden Tee. So none of them are.
Well, I would look at you crazy
interested.
in general and be like, "You're crazy."
Yeah.
All right, so
It is
Luda
what it
Links
is.
on Twitch says, I have 227 games played, and I noticed my max mile per hour is 129. Am I just weak, or is there a secret to hitting those high 140 shots?
Okay. So
There's a couple of different things that factor.
I'm going to say.
It
Go ahead,
sounds like
go ahead.
I was going to say they're probably not playing on a home edition. But if you first question, are you playing on a home edition?
Yep.
Or are you playing in a bar somewhere? Because if you're playing in a commercial public location, the trackball could just be dirty. There could be a bunch of kids that eat chicken wings and slop it all up. First recommendation would just be take a clean towel and just wipe the trackball down.
I'm going to go ahead and say, though, that it's probably you. I don't want to say that because it's kind of rude, but, there's a lot of people hit the ball different. Okay?
And you got to make sure the way you pull it back,
Yeah.
because if you pull it back a little bit to the left and then hit it out a little bit to the right, you're going to lose max the
You
mile
do.
per hour.
And you're going to lose a lot of distance as well.
Exactly.
So a straight 180, we call it in the Golden Tee world, a 180 is basically a straight pullback, straight forward. It can be on any angle, but it's got to come back the same angle you go forward on. So that's huge in getting a big number.
Lake Powell number 4, you'll see a lot of guys try to hit
Also,
a big 180.
keys to getting a big number, don't slam the ball, okay? You got to come across the top of the ball.
Right, like
pretty
Matt
hard.
Hines just commented, don't
yeah,
hit down
there you
on
go.
it.
I
I know
don't-
I used to do that. I used to hit the deck unintentionally.
People always post on Facebook, man, my deck is sticky. I go to these tournaments, I feel like the deck holds me up. Tell you right now, if you have 227 games in, learn to not use the deck. Okay, I don't touch the deck. I start on the deck and everything's off of it. I never hit the deck on the way through. I don't hit the deck on the way after. So I am completely ball only, and I've learned it because I don't care what game I play on, what machine I go play on.
You don't have an excuse.
I don't care what the deck's like. I don't use the deck. I'm barely off the deck, so I don't have any issues with the deck ever. And that's one big thing. And I go to a lot of tournaments. Okay,
yeah,
I do.
no,
So
I've been to a lot of them as well, and I've never thought of that. That's actually really smart.
I'm not tooting my own horn, but I'm a great 180 hitter. I'm a big long hitter. I can hit 145s,
You're
160s
great at
all
180s.
days.
So that's it.
I think that's part of it. And then, just so smooth, man. You just got to – only that first little bit counts hitting that trackball. So as fast as you can get that thing to make that first quarter revolution or whatever they say it is going to be better. So, and if you want to hit real big numbers, pull it all the way to C – and hit it all the way to 3, or pull it all the way to A and hit it all the way to 1, and you can get some 150s that way.
Yeah, when you're doing those big curve shots, that's when you're going to see those.
But yeah, just work on hitting it harder and harder, and not hitting down on the ball. Coming up a little bit after you hit is how I get my big numbers. A lot of guys go into the ball like from the I would say up and then down into it. I go across it and up. So that's how I do it. I don't know. Seems to work for me.
Yep.
I see these guys are kind of struggling. This hole is a nightmare, obviously.
This is what we talked about, not knowing what the setup was going to be.
Yeah. What was it, straight out the way it looks?
It was. You had to hit, basically, you had to
it's offset now all the time.
You had to pull it back in between the,
So, seeing I got Kevin here.
You had to pull it back in between BC and hit it out to, like, a little bit left of the two.
You probably know the answer. You probably won't tell me. Maybe I'm just crazy. But it seems like some holes now have changed to some offsets. Is that a thing, like, in programming, or is it just something that's just sort of happens that I'm seeing?
I think it's just something that just happens.
Like, it seems like this hole used to be not offset as much, and now it is more. There's a couple other ones. I'm not going to think of them right at the moment. But I've just noticed some holes seem to be offset more. If you don't know what offset means, it's basically like when you click one left, you're not, or when you click a direction, you're not lined up with the hole to start with. So. Yeah,
and that's definitely where these guys struggle. Like Taylor hit it out a little bit more left than he should have, and he caught the rocks right in the water.
Yeah.
This is a much better setup than Florida.
Yeah.
You see Seth.
Oh,
this
Seth's
is
gonna
what
play
a full
full
shot.
Yep.
So he's pulling it back in one direction and then hitting it
5-iron.
dead straight.
What hole are they on over here? I'm just checking to see when I'm up. I got to be getting close. But, yeah, that's a nice look. I don't think I think a baby cutter with a little backswing here is okay, too. Probably what Jared's just going to thumb up. Jared plays stouts, so that's like a 0 win for Jared to the left or right.
Yeah.
Obviously, the slope affected his ball. If he could have cut it, he could have held it up with the slope. But, hey, guys. The Chad Hart family's in the house, straight from a cruise.
Yes.
They got off a boat this morning, hopped on an airplane, and rolled in just now.
Ooh, so, now that I think about that.
What?
Straight off a boat.
Get away from me. Corona issues.
Peter Butler says, thanks for the negative shout-out last night, Fitzgerald.
What was it about, man? I've been drinking. Oh, Jesus. I hope I didn't say anything bad, Pete.
Bunky, Owen, how would you, Owenby? Bunky. Appreciate you joining us. Make sure you share it. And we appreciate you joining us. We'll be here all night.
All weekend.
And tomorrow as well.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun. This tournament's a blast. This is my favorite location. I'm from Wisconsin. It's easy, but like,
#team
dude,
Wisconsin
this location though, huh? This is fantastic. The setup in here with the machines and the tables and the massive amount of space to kind of chill, but you're close to it, but not too far away.
Exactly.
Like some tournaments, like Orlando's a huge room, but we kind of get far away from each other in there a little bit. This one, it's just big enough that it's
enough space that
enough,
you can still feel together, but you have your own personal space.
Sometimes that makes the tournament feel a little better when you kind of get to see everybody often.
Exactly.
You're not, you're walking by somebody, hey bud, and that,
hey, how's it
a
going?
huge camaraderie.
What did you shoot?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, not good.
And that's my favorite part of these tournaments, camaraderie, and that's why you guys need to come. If you haven't been here, stop making excuses. Don't matter how you are. If you're 10 handicap, 15 handicap,
and if your wife or husband, boyfriend, girlfriend has a problem, just bring them with.
Yep, you can send the emails on that problem right to Kevin Lindsay at IT.
I have a full doc on why you should bring your significant other.
Yep, especially to some of our tournaments, like Orlando.
Orlando. We had what?
Beautiful.
25 Golden Tee ladies there.
There had to be more. It was a ton.
Yeah,
it was a ton, and they hung out a lot. Like a lot of times my girlfriend always comes, but kind of just goes and does her own thing. I mean, there was girls there all weekend long, just chilling.
Yeah. Is she coming this weekend?
I don't know. She didn't know. She was maybe tomorrow.
Yeah.
She was looking for somebody to come with. Obviously, she doesn't want to come by herself. So.
Where's
Aaron? Yeah, she's maybe a bit. I don't know. Hopefully tomorrow.
I'll send her a snap and be like,
Congratulations,
where you
you've received 100 messages. Oh, nice.
Yes, we've had 100 chats just
already.
within an hour here.
Cool.
Best Dolphin, shout out, thank you for joining us on Mixer. Tim Harris, Ryan Tanzi as well. So real quick, I know you got to get going
I do
soon.
because I'm up.
Jared Borstein,
They just finished.
are you guys doing any
Oh, they're not
tournaments
done
close to Alabama?
They're
And
only on
then
16, so.
Carolina Clash is probably the closest tournament to Alabama that
Yeah.
they'll have.
Yeah, well, coming up anyway.
Yeah. All right, so now we have
The Carolina Clash is west in South Carolina, too. It's not like by the coast. So it's actually probably not that far away.
Yep. So interesting group we've got here. John Thurston,
Fuzz.
Brendan Harris, Jim Peichel. Now I have not seen Jim.
Old school, right? Like,
Yeah, and he said it's been 2017 St. Louis, but it feels like it's been more than almost 2 years since we've seen him.
That's the only time I've seen him.
But I'll
I
tell you
think.
what, it's so good. Every tournament you meet a handful of new players, but at the same time, then you see some old faces
guys.
that show back up and they want
Wisconsin's
to play.
good for that. Like you see guys here that don't really travel, but they play a lot of Golden Tee still.
But the nice thing is that you come back to one of these tournaments and then they get that itch, they get the bug again to start traveling because, like you said, the camaraderie, the friendships, the fun.
Wisconsin is on the rise, man. We got some players that are kind of motivated to be better.
Well, you guys have a lot of home edition owners too. Like
we
the
do,
home edition
but
really
the
helps
guys
people
still.
get.
It does. The home editions are awesome. Home edition sales got to be killing it, right? I'm killing it. Hey, could plug, right? FS Gaming.
Home.goldentee.com.
Hit me up on Facebook, Adam Fitzgerald, Brian Roski, and you can go to home.goldentee.com, whatever you want to do. But I would come to us because, we're awesome and we're a player, and you should just buy from the players.
Right, and you guys get your games from us. So
And they come
I can't
straight
really,
from IT, guys.
I can't really get mad at you.
Actually, you buy from us. My thing is you get customer service from two ends because they still support our customer service. Obviously, they still support their games, and we support their games as well. So that's
you guys being
that's my
players.
one thing I say. We help you guys out, and obviously, you got any questions? We're players. We know what's going on. You got some issues with the game. We'll help you. And if you don't buy from us, you can still message me and Brian on Facebook. We'll help you guys out. Doesn't matter.
So
we're just about building the game.
So Best Dolphin 934 says, "What's this Best Dolphin thing? Is there a place I sign up to have my name on here? New to Mixer." That I love that because that means that somebody.
That's his
is
random name.
They got auto-generated a name, and they're probably watching
Best
through their
Dolphin.
Xbox right now or on Mixer.com. If you Google sign up on Mixer, they'll walk you through the steps on how to do that.
Nice.
Bob,
Cool.
not sure in the next Colorado tournament.
You see Barack anywhere? Are you done? Think? Yeah. All right, cool, man. I'll step out. I'm on 17, so I'm going to step out, I guess, for yeah, go ahead. I got a couple minutes. All right, so Stinks can jump in here.
Staceman also joining us.
Awesome group of
as
guys
much
right
as I
here.
love seeing these names on here, people recognize, it's like, damn, I wish you guys were here to hang out.
I miss that guy. Who else? You know what? We don't have a Seattle group here this weekend. I was kind of disappointed.
Yeah,
I miss
where's
those guys.
Peter Butler?
Well, he just had a baby. Just had a baby.
That's true. I forgive him.
But Tansy
But
and
is the
Jagger
kid's
and-
name Golden T?
I don't know.
Because if not,
I
then
doubt it.
I
really
take
do.
my forgiveness
Three
back.
wood with bite here. I'm still
Ultra
trying to figure out how
shot.
to play that hole. I'm going to hit that shot right there.
All right, so Luda Link says, are there payment plans for the home edition? Not from IT.
And we
you-
do. What we do is a weird thing, but PayPal does PayPal credit.
Yep.
And we've sold multiple games that way on credit, and they do 6 month free financing if you qualify. Obviously, like any other payment plan in the world, nobody's just going to.
We are not a bank.
Yeah, nobody's just going to hand you a game and expect you to come pay it, and us maybe we'll go repo it when you don't.
We'll
know.
send mouth after you.
So
yeah. Beautiful shot
So yes,
by
if
B-Man.
you want to do a payment plan, I still message Brian Roski on Facebook. He handles my sales stuff. He's the man. Brian is awesome. He loves it, and he loves Golden Tee. He's actually one of the guys right now that's playing more than he ever has, and he's playing stouts.
Really?
And
good.
Stouts kind of revitalized the guy, and you know what? I'm a big stouts hater. I'm not going to lie, but they help people out, and so be it.
Yeah,
So they're there for everybody to
there's-
play.
There's still a difficult learning curve when it comes to stouts.
I'm
you know?
going to say it one time. I'm not going to talk about stouts all weekend because I don't want to. But my biggest thing with them is I only kind of feel for the people that have only ever played stouts.
Yes.
Okay. So that's my thing. So if you come into the game and you think, hey, these stouts balls are awesome, and you only played a couple of rounds, I'd encourage you to switch to something else quick. Play, 150, 200 games. Learn how to play the game and then switch back to them and enjoy them. But if you got to learn how to cut the ball to be effective, and that's where I feel like they just sort of take that away. So.
All right, I know you got to step
I'm
away.
gonna go up quick.
Jared says we need to start a GT College League big time. Andy Kuhlman, our director of esports, he's going to get right on that. And we'll let you know how it goes. All right, Mr.
All right, buddy.
Fitz.
I
thank
guarantee
you, my friend.
I'll probably step back in here. If
Oh,
we can
yeah.
keep breaking the rotation today. It's kind of tricky, right, with the games.
Yeah,
and,
with the qualifying matches and like groups
obviously
taking
you can hang,
different
but
size.
I'm sure you'll get sick of this at some point. And
Oh,
want to
you
bump
know,
out for a little bit. So
it's
we'll
nice
see.
to get some fresh air. I'm wearing shorts. It's like 35 out.
No, it's like 45.
Is it
out,
45
50.
out?
It's beautiful outside.
All right. Well, all right.
So
Paul
I'll step
Lady's
out.
here. Adam
yeah,
Fitzgerald, thank you again,
leave
my
you in
friend.
some capable hands. Stink is the man. So I'll see you guys soon. Take care.
All right, so after a beautiful shot by Brendan on 16, bad cut of the trackball for 17. Tried to take a hybrid in to fight against that 10 mile per hour wind, and he just ended up going overcutting it right into the rock. Jim having a much safer shot there. There you go. Hey, all right, so we got a lot of familiar faces on the chat, a couple of new ones. Tigo Biddies is here on Mixer. The fact that he joined Mixer is hilarious. You know,
He might have an Xbox. You don't know.
I hope so.
So what do we got going on here? I did not bring my not Mike Dick gear. It's
Yeah.
not football season yet, so no, don't worry. Don't worry, I'll rock it again soon.
Oh.
He's still alive.
All right, so what you're seeing now with these guys.
Oh, you mean 2 years ago?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Hole 17, Lake Powell. So I believe after this, we might have Mouth and Fox again.
Yep.
I believe those guys probably on Lake Powell as well. You're hearing the cold, refreshing Busch Light. How big is that can?
16 ounces.
16 ounces.
Number 6.
Oh,
going
boy.
down. No, number 7, sorry.
Oh, good. Our views have just gone through the roof with that. Nate Morrison, I appreciate the shout out. There's a lot of us. I am just the guy who talks a lot about Golden Tee behind the scenes. You know, I try to do my part, but you know, kudos to Andy Kuhlman, our director of esports.
So that's how you say his last name.
Yes, cool man.
Cool man.
Paul Tiffany, his tag team partner and associate with the production. Richard King and Golden Tee TV with their assistance on some of the cameras, and we'll see what. I'm going to pressure him to take some really awesome pictures this weekend like he always does, so that'll be fun. But, of course, Stefan and Cassie, the owners of Sussex Bowl, their staff doing wonderful work as always.
I got a question for you. Is Brandon Harris still playing Razors?
Well, let's go here to the
Because it looks like it. I think those are, or he switched to Titans.
let's see. Let's go to the old Kevin Lindsay
That
IT
backed up
tool.
pretty quick.
Actually, that's good. I've been building this little tool, a cheat sheet of who plays what.
You could put me on there as Titans.
You're not on the stream.
Oh, damn.
I didn't mean it in a bad way, but
The only time I've ever been on the stream was the House Pub tournament.
really?
It's the only time I've been on the stream for the qualifier.
All right, looks like he is using Titans.
Okay, he is using Titans. Fuzz shooting, oh man, shooting a 19. Ouch. That's not like John. That is
No.
not like John whatsoever. He's a great
Was he here last
player.
night, though? Did he get here yet? Oh, you wouldn't know.
I don't
know
know.
if he got here yesterday or if he got here this morning, because that could be one of those things. If he's flying, he's a Texas guy, I believe. If he's flying from Texas early on a Saturday morning, could definitely throw you off.
Why?
Getting up early, getting to the airport, not trying to sleep on a plane.
Meh. Well, I fly for a living, so.
Well, yeah. You do.
So we're done with that match.
All right, it
or
looks like
that qualifying round.
Thurston was
Oh,
using
hey.
Garage.
Hey,
Yeah,
can we get
you.
the warning next time,
Yeah, I
guys?
appreciate
you know,
the heads up
Yeah,
there.
thanks. Well, you know, you got to
Yeah.
make sure we confirm, buddy.
All
All
right.
right.
All right, so we had Thurston, we had B-Man. Who was the other guy? Why am I missing the third one we just watched?
Oh, Dancing Jim.
Yes, Pikel.
So Oh, now we're off camera, so
All right, so it
I
looks
guess,
like we have Mouth and Fox.
too hot for TV here.
Yes. Actually, we need to have our own version of the Jerry Springer show. There's definitely enough that could go around for it.
Man, especially at the Wisconsin Open.
Yes. All right, and then let's see. Okay, so Barrage. So Jim is using the Barrage as well.
Really?
Yep.
We got a mix of balls here. Only one Titan player.
All right, so Mouth and Fox are definitely using the.
If you guys are
street golf
commenting,
balls.
we can't see right now because.
Oh yeah, I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Is that the other Paul? Paul Dennis? Is that the other Paul?
Yeah, it's 6 foot, Paul.
Thanks, Bobby. We appreciate it. And then
You should be here, Bobby.
Yes. Everybody actually should be here.
This is like the most open tournament, I think.
Actually, Fitz and I were just talking about how much space there is at this location.
This room was built for a Golden Tee tournament.
Like, you could honestly comfortably have your own space, but still be able to walk by everybody, check in. Hey, how you shooting? How's it going?
Yep.
All right, so let's pull.
So are you ever going to play in a Golden Tee tournament again?
We'll see. I just don't want to. After I won closest to the pin Thursday, I just, I didn't want to start trouble by getting in and winning this.
Why would that start trouble?
Because people say, he works for IT, knows all the cheat codes, even though
there are no cheat codes in this game. All right, let's get one thing clear. I've been playing this game for 13 years now. There are no cheat codes. None.
I know. No, and also, but the real answer to that is that I have grown to the bigger picture of, production, stream, growing the game, and me playing Golden Tee doesn't grow the game as well as me sitting behind this desk and talking. All right, so it looks like Chad and Brandy Hart have arrived, and it looks like they're going to throw them in the mix. So we are going to have Brandy qualifying with Mouth and Fox, which would be very interesting.
Yeah. She's a good player.
Yeah.
She's a good player.
No, they've got home editions at the Hart household, and they have 2 of them. And
his and hers.
Yes, and they do play a lot, so that is fun.
It'd be cool it'd be weird if they had 2 Golden Tee machines but only 1 sink.
All right, so looking at Lake Powell, we still have a lot of people that haven't qualified on it yet.
Rough setup.
Andy Haas, 31 under. Only 31 in this contest. We've got no 30 unders and 3 29s. It's actually Hart now. Hirt. But yes, otherwise it is spelled right.
Oh, Mouth's got to polish up here.
Yep. Yeah, so what you see a lot of these guys do, whether it's with their T-shirt or a towel, is, even though the temperature is really good in here, you still are banging away a lot of games of Golden Tee. Your hands are going to get sweaty. It's just cleaning the trackball and help. I
think it's more of a.
It's a mental game.
It's a mental,
sure,
yeah.
But it definitely can mess you up.
Oh, I don't know, because
you tell me if Danny Boy goes and puts his sweaty hands on a trackball, it's not going to affect how you hit it.
My hands sweat too, so I've played games with Danny Boy out in. Yeah, I think he uses his tongue more than his hands.
Yeah, that's true. All right, so Brandy and Chad just got back from a cruise, and I don't know how much Golden Tee they've played in the last week, so it'll be interesting to see how her and Chad play.
So after so many years, they finally got married, which congratulations to them.
I feel like they've been together longer than I've played Golden Tee, which is long.
So now the question is, what is Bambi using?
Yes, we'll look at that here in a second.
Oh, sorry about the awkward silence, guys.
We're
we're
looking up some stats here. I'll see if I can. Well, this is her. Well, she might have to play. She might still have to play the other course.
Yeah, she still has to play dodge. But we can look it up on the. I didn't bring my phone.
Well, you're not going to see what she's playing.
Yeah, you can see what they're playing, can't you?
No. Let's see.
I don't think it's heart. It's what was her?
Yep. No, she changed. Oh, she didn't change it yet. Oh.
What was her?
I know what it is. It just breaks my heart that she didn't change it. Should I just change it for her?
You should. You should be a nice guy and do that for her. Reach out. Besides myself, which will never happen.
That might.
Yeah. My
Someday.
favorites to win, I'm going to have to go with I got to pull for Haas. Haas is
Haas is pretty much a given. I'll be honest, with Mouth and Fox using stouts, I would not be shocked.
Yeah, I
if
think
one of
that's
these
a top
guys-
3 right there, definitely.
Who would be the fourth?
No,
Yeah.
I wouldn't go Brewer.
Brewer's coming hot off of a win,
Yeah.
but now that everybody and their mother are using stouts, I don't know what he's saying.
don't know.
Some guy's talking to my ear, and I don't know what he's talking about. All right, so Brandy is using Barrage.
Okay. I think that is also what Chad uses. So you're going to see 4 come up here, and it's a rough setup. I really want to see Mouth go for it and make it, but it's rough. It's a real rough setup. I tried to get it. I hit it a nice 180, 148, and still ended up short with Titans.
Really?
Yeah.
Oof,
Yeah.
that's a rough one.
So he looks like he's going to be a little bit to the right there. It's all right. So I'm thinking, I don't know if Mouth's got this.
Shotty.
Nah. He switched ball.
Oh.
No, he didn't. No, he didn't switch balls. 100.
Yeah, 150 unique users streaming right
Users?
now. Yeah, people watching on Golden Tee's Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mixer. So make sure you are sharing that. If you're watching on our Golden Tee fan Facebook party, our watch party, you can go ahead. I give you permission to get out of it for a second and go to Golden Tee's actual Facebook page. Click the stream and hit the share button.
It still works if you share it off somebody else who's sharing it. Like if you saw somebody else who was.
Yes.
It still works the same way.
Yes.
But please share this. Get this game out there, man. This game has made me more friends than I could ever ask for in my life. Anywhere I travel for work, so anywhere I go in the world, in the country, I simply make a post on Golden Tee Fan and somebody hits me up. Hey, I play here. Hey, I play here. Hey, I play there.
All right, so
All right.
somebody is saying that they believe Mouth switched to Titans.
I don't.
Paul, I think.
Yeah, he did. He did. Look at the distance right there. $141. That's not going to get. Oh, that did get there. I must have
Wow.
cut it then.
Yeah, he did switch to the Titans, so my cheat sheet of what other people use does not help.
So make sure you put Titans 8-ball. There you go.
No, I know. But
What? Why are you giggling at that then?
because it's Mouth.
Oh. Oh. Wow, that went over my head.
It did.
Yeah.
Thank you. Thank you.
Yeah,
Kenneth Kimball
attaboy.
loves this game. Thank you. We do too. Check out GoldenTee.com, PEGTTour.com.
Facebook, Golden Tee
Yep.
Fan, the Golden Tee Facebook page.
ClubLuckyGroup.com. They've got some tournaments going on as
Yep.
well. Check with
Those are only specific machines though, so you got to look to
yeah.
see where they're at.
Yep. Check out if there's a machine near you.
Heck of a putt by Andy.
Lots of local tournaments going on, local leagues. If you're trying to get a league started, reach out to us. We'll help you out with
Yeah,
that.
the local tournament scene has become crazy. Like I see one at least 2 or 3 times a month. I see a local tournament. Like certain places, like St. Louis, where they got a lot of people. They have a handicap tournament.
Yeah, every Thursday you see the post
Yep.
on Golden Tee
Yep.
Fan. All right, so Paul is confirming Lake Powell and Jamaica Bay Mouth still uses Titans on.
No, Jamaica Bay Mouth uses stouts. We talked about this earlier.
This morning? Okay.
Yes, we mean
So
Mouth
Paul,
talked
it
about
sounds
this.
like he must have just switched it up and is now using that.
Evan Gossett.
Evan Gossett,
God,
2018
he's so
world
pretty.
champion.
Do you even age? I think you've looked the same look since I've known you for the last 10 years. I make it look good. Yeah, you do. Attaboy. The Keanu Reeves of the Golden Tee scene, I would say.
Oh my God! Now that you said that, he looks pretty much. He does look. Like
Now Kevin's gonna go be looking up.
I mean, I know what he looks like, but actually looking at him, oh my God, he does kind of.
Oh
If
wow!
He grew out long hair and a. Oh,
Hey,
that's
Evan,
hilarious.
we got to talk to Paige about this because, Paige. Paige, we need Evan to grow out his hair and grow a beard.
Yes, spring forward. So a lot of people are going to have an extra hour at the bar, which
It's not necessarily the greatest of things.
It is fun, but probably not the best for some of these guys.
I still haven't checked into my hotel yet, but
Well, that's good.
well, that's good.
Hopefully the hotel's still there when you get there.
Oh, I'm pretty sure it will be unless.
Best Western?
No, I'm at the Holiday Inn.
Oh.
I use points,
Smart.
so. I don't think I've paid to go to a Golden Tee tournament besides the entry fee and alcohol in a year.
It's good.
So Bambi's in the rough here. I don't think the 10-5 is going to get over that. She's going to play it smart here and lay up.
I actually really like her decision there. You know, it's so early on, especially at the first game for her.
Oh, and she goes back into the. Oh,
That's
no,
okay.
First cut. Okay.
I mean, who cares? I think it's not worth losing that extra stroke because she knows 99% time that driver won't get there out of the rough. And I literally have spent all this time still looking over there and just forgetting that I've got this over here. I did it last night, too. My ears. Oh, man. All right.
You all
so,
right?
yeah, no, it's good. It's
All
just
right.
like.
Kevin might be going on tilt here, guys. I think he's been on the stream too long.
Yep. The headset, it's getting in my head.
You look a little parched. All right. So
8-8. A lot of great
so
shot points.
this is holdable. I'm going to say one of the Mouth or Fox will hold this.
Tom Lott, you're right. I think I incorrectly said spring. Ahead, you gain an hour.
You do.
Yeah, you lose an hour.
Oh, yeah.
Actually,
So
you're from Las Vegas. Around here, we jump from, yeah.
You guys can't hear what Andy's talking to us about, so,
If I press this button, they can.
Oh.
They can hear me right now.
Oh, look at this guy. Got the buttons and everything.
Spring ahead, lose an hour. That is correct.
All right.
Tom Lott.
Congratulations. I'm going to go to Yahoo just to see what's in the world of news. Because I haven't looked at the news recently.
Let me guess. Oh, look what the first thing that pops up is.
Oh, that's rough. All right, anyways.
So back to Golden Tee.
Yeah.
Can we get back to Golden Tee here and put the comments back up? There we go.
Well, now that we're done talking about hour changes.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is a rough setup for this. This hole, my partner watered it. He plays stouts. I think I'm up, so I got to go. I'm going to go play some Jamaica.
All right, I think Mouth ran to the bar, grab a refreshing beverage. I say as soon as Mouth takes a sip of his drink, he's probably going to get some great shot points here. No. See, you said that, and then he got it nowhere near the hole. All right, so unlike Mouth and Fox, Brandy is using Barrage. So she's going to have to approach things a little bit differently. Oh, ugh, bad. Rough patch there. Went out a little bit too far to the left. Oh, beautiful chip out of the dirt from Brandy, though. Hey, if you're going to put the ball in the water, that's a hell of a way to recoup and still walk away gaining a stroke there. All right, we saw this one earlier, hole 8, the par 3. It's about 241. Tough pin. These guys that are using stouts, still a tough look for them, but you know that cut of the wind. You know, stout ball is about 60% of the wind, so this is a much different than the 10 mile an hour you see on the screen there. Now, what Brandy might be looking at here is possibly hitting a full shot, which would be very interesting. There's not a lot of room to play with. Full shot in this instance, you're pulling the trackball all the way back to the C or to the A, and then you're hitting it dead straight. So you're basically going to try to cut the wind in half by curving the ball to fight that wind. Not sure if she wants to try that. Yeah, she's going to go against that and just go right at it. But big elevation change there, and that bite is still going to kick back with the Barrage a little bit more than it would normally. Ooh. She's up there. She did not like that shot when she hit it, but she clung onto the fringe. She's going to be putting in for birdie here. I believe there was a loose button on one of the decks here, so they're going to tighten that up. Russ Layton from Power Events, the man with the truck and the trailer driving around, driving all these games around to the various national tournament locations. So appreciate his hard work along with Steve Sobel, Paige Gossett for the Power Events tournament group. Yep, celebrated his 41st birthday yesterday. All right, 12 under going into hole 9 here. Good. All right, so as these guys go here to hitting off on hole 9, going for par 5, nice little eagle to end the front 9.
If anyone purchased a raffle ticket for the charity raffle that's going on outside, they're going to announce the numbers in like 2 minutes.
Got some announcements going on in the back here, so making sure it's nothing I need to hear. But 3 solid shots, Brandy, Fox, and Mouth. It'd be interesting. That's a little bit of a tuck pin, but We'll see. But I actually thought he was a little bit too far away, but great shot points, though, for Fox. That 11-mile-an-hour wind, not really something he has to worry about. Same thing with Mouth. Brandy, yeah. All right, so Mike Johnson's going to jump in. I'm going to actually I'm going to jump out real quick and let Mike fill in here and take a quick break.
Who we got playing?
The Mouth, Fox, and Brandy Hart.
Okay.
So Chad and Brandy got thrown into some of the groups. So Brandy is playing Barrage. Fox and Mouth are Fox is stout. Mouth has switched to Titan for this.
Anything I need to know about what we've seen so far in this round, or everything
Nope,
pretty much going standard?
Pretty much standard. Brandy's a few strokes off par. She's had a few bad shots, but Mouth and Fox are both tied at 12 going into hole 9 here.
Sounds good.
All right, thanks, sir.
So I'm guessing just from the scores I'm seeing that both Andy and Mark went for 4 and got it. Fourth hole can be a little bit tricky. That was, especially with it being into the wind the way it was, and the front pin can make for a really challenging setup. So for them to navigate that cleanly is very important. And as you'll see here, I've already had the opportunity to play this course, so we're going to get to the 11th hole here in just a minute or two. And that is actually a look that is very drivable. So I'll be curious to see if they're going to try to hit a big A1 around the side, or if they're going to go just straight over the top. I think you can do either. Just kind of depends on your equipment. So really nice putt there by Brandy. Likewise there. 10th hole coming up is kind of a weird look, especially when they've got it tucked back like that. So you can see kind of by the way Andy's breathing right there that he isn't real fond of the setup. So he's gonna try to flip one around, have that spinning towards the hole after it lands. Really good. Middle of the green is a great shot here. I think that is the high percentage play. I think that's something you would see both of. I think you see Andy hit the exact same shot even if it was match play. This is just one where you don't want to take too many chances. You just want to get your eagle and honestly get off this hole and onto the next one. So a couple good tee shots there. Two guys that are, I think most people would probably put in the top 10 to 15 in the world. That's what you expect from these guys. So Brandy's thinking about maybe just playing the wind here. That is an option. Problem with that is the ball will be spinning away from the hole if she goes that direction. So if it lands, it's going to be taking that right 5 on the green, whereas you saw the other guys cut it around the other direction, so it's spinning back towards the hole. So, you know, it's risk-reward. Looks like I got Josh Mertza getting ready to jump on. Josh is a local fellow from about an hour from here. No, I'm sure a lot of you guys know Josh. He's been playing. Josh, how long you been playing?
Since 2000.
2000. Where was the first place you played? He does not remember.
Can't think of the name of the
Good
bar.
answer. Good answer. So what we're seeing here, we got Mouth, Fox, and Brandy Hart.
Okay.
Mouth and Andy are both on par.
Okay. I just got done with this setup, so.
Yeah, 10. Yeah, like I said, they both played the cut around the right side there, and they've got probably 35, 40-foot putts. So we'll see if they can clean those up here shortly. And then the next hole, like I had mentioned just a moment ago, is a drivable look. So I'm curious to see if they're just going to go straight over the top, or if they're going to go with an A1. Which strategy did you try on the 11th hole?
I A1'd it, but I am one of those stout guys, so I was short in the rough, but I did make my chip for eagle.
Okay. Yeah, so I mean, even if you're short on that look, you're probably only looking at a 20, 25-yard chip. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I was like 10 yards.
Yeah,
I was right there, and I hate to say that I actually hit it very, very good. Like it was like a 152 hit, so it was. Right. It was a good hit. So, but yeah, one of the guys on my machine with streaks like went through the green, like up into the rock, like.
Sure. So we are here at Sussex Bowl for the Wisconsin Open. $11,000 added to this. Once again, huge thanks to the bar for putting this on. Huge thanks to IT, obviously, for all they do for the game. This has been a great weekend so far, and if you haven't had an opportunity to go to one of these things, highly recommended. So so Andy went with the A1, hit it 151. So obviously he hit it nice and clean.
Yep.
Mouth looks like he's going to go right over the top. 8.5 is going to barely clear this. If he accidentally cuts it, he can put himself in trouble. But
yeah, he did accidentally cut it,
and he's not pleased about it.
I bet he's not. But Mouth's the type of player that can come back from something like that.
He's going to fully expect to make that chip. He's going to have a 15-yard chip. If you can survive this only losing one stroke, you live to see another hole. So.
Sure. And I just saw the leaderboard, obviously, because I just finished 18, and it looked like the average on this was, a little lower than I would have expected. Looked like the average
like 25,
26,
somewhere in there.
Yeah.
There's just some awkward looks, and they're going to continue to be awkward looks, not looks that, I'm a guy that maybe plays 200 games a month, which is a ton for people that are just getting started, but that's 10% of what some of these guys play a month.
Right.
And some of these looks I have not seen very often. That was unfortunate there. Brandy was just trying to lay up, and it was literally one roll too far. So Paul Luna is not here for sorry, I probably need to be looking at this. Yeah, Paul is not here.
Neither is Stenmark.
Neither is Stenmark. So
neither is Kinsler, which is odd because Kinsler is.
I think he just had some family obligations that came up. Yeah, I think he was always kind of a 50-50. He really wanted to be here, but
yeah.
Greg had a great showing at Worlds last year. Former world champion. I think he finished 4th or 3rd. Finished in the
4th, I believe.
So he had a great run. So wish Greg were here, but hopefully he's having fun with the family.
Exactly.
All right. So Mouth missed that chip, so he's given up a minimum of 2 strokes there. To par, if you will. So
not necessarily. It isn't going to hurt him on, if he plays clean the rest of the way out.
Well, but Mark's a pretty volatile guy, so we'll see if that gets in his head at all.
Sure.
I don't think it will, but he can kind of be one of those guys that is real streaky. So
right, that is true. Sometimes he does go a little bit on tilt when he has something like that happen.
I don't anticipate that happening. I think.
No. Yeah, he seems to be pretty calm today.
Heck of a shot there by Andy.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a good look. This is a really good look. This is one of the few looks where people were really just pin seeking on this course. There weren't a whole lot of opportunities to do that.
Right.
I think we're both. We're both just thrilled to be done with this part of the qualifier. To be honest with you.
Yeah. This is the one course I was dreading all day.
Yeah.
So I'm glad to be through it. Pretty much unscathed.
So. I think if you're just joining us, we have 105 people that are playing in this main event today. The top 32 will make the what is called the gold bracket and play double elimination heads-up matches tomorrow. Players 33 through 96?
96,
we'll be in what we call the purple bracket. And the cool thing about that is each winner of the purple bracket for all of the PEGT events this year will earn an automatic trip to Worlds. So we've got this, and then also the St. Louis tournament coming up here in about a month.
Yep.
If you have a chance to get to St. Louis, that's kind of the hub for Steve Sobel and Russ and Paige. They're the ones bringing the machines here. And I think last year we had maybe 130. It was a huge turnout.
Yeah, I thought it was about 130.
I'd be surprised if it wasn't bigger this year. It's a great time. So I know people are really excited about the new venue that they're going to be hosting that at. So this is another kind of a strange look here.
It's really more about club preference going into this, I noticed.
Yeah. And do you want to go straight downwind, or do you want to cut your second shot in, right?
Right. So Mark just put it in a place where generally I never shoot over there. But after I looked at it during this qualifier, I saw someone else do it and went, wow, for that pin placement with that wind, that is actually a really good spot to be.
In the last month or so, I've started going that direction on this look. Sometimes it can be a 5 hybrid in on your second shot. Sometimes I carry an 8 wood in the bag. I know a lot of guys use a 7 or a 9 wood.
Yeah, 8 wood would be great right there.
That's why I ended up cutting an 8 wood in kind of against the wind to try to take some of the speed off on my second shot. But it's a precarious shot for sure. So Brandy's, I think I'd say most of the time I'm laying up where Brandy's going here. So kind of the end of this fairway, middle to the end. You don't want to get too close to, the rocks at the end, because obviously that's going to cascade you down into the water. So
I was pretty much where Andy is here. I basically did the same thing, just caught a 5-wood in with backspin.
And if you look at his shot meter here after he hits this shot, he's going to cut this against the wind. The amount of cut that he puts on the shot is going to determine whether or not he's a happy camper after this. So
Right.
I think 5-wood's the right play. He's not going to try to kill it. 119 miles an hour. Seems like
Perfect.
good speed, middle of the green. It's a great shot. And that's why he's won some tournaments. He's a very good player. So Mark's got the 9-wood.
Yeah, that's
Yeah. Not bad.
Yeah.
They make it look easy when it isn't. Excuse me, sometimes. So
Right.
how many guys from Wisconsin do we have here in your estimation?
25 or 30, I think.
Yeah, it's a great local turnout. We have 6 of these tournaments a year. I always try to make sure I can get to 2 or 3 if I can. If you haven't been, absolutely come. It's a great time.
Actually, I don't even know that there's that many now. I realized that a bunch of them actually are not here today, but they were here last night.
So last night, we had the on Friday nights at these events, we have a handicap tournament, which is a $25 entry fee. And if you do well enough in that handicap tournament, you can essentially earn a free entry into the main event. So it ends up saving you $75. It's a $100 entry, so all different skill levels are invited, and that handicap tournament's a great way. If you're just trying to learn the game and see some of these guys and gals up close and in person and see what they do well,
Right.
that handicap tournament's a great, kind of an introductory way to do it. So,
And especially because you get to see stuff that you normally won't see. You get to see how different players approach different shots, which is probably the biggest thing you can take out of going to a tournament that if you've never been to one before. You get to see a different perspective of the game. And when you see it in person, watching it here, online, watching it on YouTube, whatever, is one thing. But when you see it in person, I think it changes things because you get more of a feel on how hard did they really hit that trackball.
sure.
It's more of a feel thing.
Golden T. Jordan, glad to hear that you'll be at the St. Louis tournament. Hopefully we can, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly, if there's 150 people there. And from what I've heard, the venue's going to be plenty large enough to support something like that. There's, we have 24 Golden Tee machines here this week, and unless you've seen that up close and in person, it's kind of a crazy sight.
Yeah,
but, the ability to play games with somebody of your skill level or somebody a lot better is out there. So I think
She got to high tee that?
I don't know, the 8, yeah, so I think she only hit at 109, so I think she may have intended to. I'm not sure. So Brandy and Chad Hart recently got married. Congratulations to them.
Yep.
I think they actually may have just gotten back from their honeymoon.
That's
that
exactly
accurate?
why they were late.
Yeah.
They flew in basically straight from there. I think they were on a cruise or something. So they flew in, came in, and played in the tournament.
All right. So what would you do here if you're hitting this shot? If you're Andy, what are you going to what are you going to be chipping with? What's your club
From there,
of preference?
Probably 9-iron. 9-iron with bite.
You'll see guys that'll just try to ram this in with like a 6-iron. Sometimes you can worry about that maybe skipping over the hole with it being down 7. Some guys are going to try to massage that in with a gap wedge or a 9-iron like you mentioned.
Or you can be Andy
There you
Fox.
go.
And
Hey,
just make it every time.
No big whoop.
That's also going to be more dependent on how much you play. I don't play like I used to. Matter of fact, coming into this, I really hadn't played since October. I just started playing again about a week and a half ago.
We're glad that you're healthy, buddy. We're glad that you're here.
Thank you. I honestly just updated my home edition like 2 weeks ago. Started playing so I could get ready for this tournament. So I might have 30 or 40 games this year. So
you've not played the Jamaica qualifier yet? You're
Nope.
just through 2? Okay.
I'm only through 2.
I have had the opportunity to play Jamaica. I think when we get to that course here shortly, you guys are going to see some. It's not a terrible look. The first hole's drivable. The A couple of the holes at 13 comes to mind, which can really be a trouble hole. Not a terrible look. So it's a scoreable look, but there's some challenging shots on the back 9. And honestly, if you guys are watching this stream, there's challenging shots in every round you play, but certainly could be. Whereas I thought Powell was a pretty tough setup just in terms of kind of the awkwardness of it. Jamaica maybe not so much, a little bit more straightforward. So.
Sure. Yeah, the Lake Powell setup is.
It's just awkward. That's really the only word I can describe it.
There's a few shots that you had to make decisions on, and if
4 comes to mind for sure.
Yeah, there was, and I saw a lot of people that just walked up and just nonchalantly walked up to 4 and just auto thought, oh yeah, I'm going to hit this, it's going to go on, and they missed it. They didn't make it on the green.
I have an inkling I'm probably getting close to having to play another match, so I'll be right back with you, hopefully, but I'm at least going to go get an update on that and see. So probably have Kevin back on the stream with Josh here in just a moment. So
all right.
Enjoyed talking with you guys. So enjoy the rest of the qualifier.
Good luck, man.
Thank you.
Oh, looks like we might have Paul Lady coming in. Oh, I guess not. Paul's going to go have a cigarette. I guess he is coming in. So we're watching Mouth, and we have Mouth, Andy Fox, and Brandy.
Brandy Hart. How you doing, Josh?
I'm good. It's good to see you.
Long time no see. You too, brother. You lost some weight. Looking good, man.
A little bit. Thank you.
It's those ultra beers he's drinking.
That's exactly what it is.
It's got to be that. He doesn't drink the Busch Latte. So this hole, what'd you do on this hole? You played this already, right?
I thumbed a 10.5 with release.
Oh, with release.
And almost stuck it in the hole.
Oh.
So
what balls are you playing?
We won't discuss that.
Oh, you switch to stouts too?
I switched.
It's okay. Everybody's doing it.
So I'll give you the honest answer. So I had played a total of 8 games of Golden Tee from the Tournament of Champions tournament until 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
Coming back from not playing for a long time, I started playing at home. I decided, you know what? First game, I'm going to try these stouts, see what everyone's talking about. I got 2 games in and thought to myself, wow, these balls they're not bad, but I noticed some issues with them. And then I decided to go back and watch the Florida tournament, the PGT event from last month. And I started watching a couple key players that are very good at the stouts, and I picked up on something right away that I missed when just trying them myself. When I watch them shoot, I'm like, oh, now I get it.
Yeah.
And then went back in my next game, I shot a 30 under and went, all right, well, I guess I'll give these a little bit more of a shot. And
what's up, Q? How you doing, buddy?
So
I tried them. I've tried them for a few rounds, and I just love my Titans. I can't do it.
I'll be honest with you. I do love the Titans. I was a massive Titan guy when those came out. Immediate switch.
Yep.
Loved them. Everything about them. There is a lot of stuff I miss about them.
There's a lot of benefits to them, and there's a couple of downfalls about the stouts. The distance isn't there.
Correct.
And then so coming from you and me both being old school players, old time players, the whole aspect of relearning your cut shots, I think, is probably the biggest downfall of them.
Sure.
And when you start off playing them, then it's completely different.
Right.
It gives these newer guys a more competitive edge, I believe.
Yes.
The newer people.
So the easy thing my example of it is if you ever play the game live, obviously for prizes, it plays different than if you just play casual play.
Right.
To me, using the stouts in live play makes the game feel like casual play.
Yeah.
So the wind doesn't affect the ball as much.
Greens.
Greens are flatter. Things roll more. For me, with the stouts, I've generally always been a thumb guy. Or for most of my approach shots. So if you don't cut the ball a lot, the stouts work fairly well in the aspect of they're pretty true to distance. They thumb very well. Cutting though is you're correct. It is a completely
and when it comes
game.
to courses like Coral Ridge that that's a big cut shot.
Absolutely.
That's why I stick to the Titans because I've learned the cut shots.
Sure.
For that course, number one, if you can't do a high 5 over it, you can cut a high 8-5 driver through the trees.
Right.
And hopefully get close and chip in. So,
This is a rough setup. This course was a rough setup for me. I shot a 25 on it.
I had a 26.
But the this hole is actually set up pretty nice. You could really hammer a 5 hybrid here and get it real close and tuck it around and in.
Yes.
With a cutty, but Foxy's gonna.
It's a little safe, but
but you don't want to hit the cliff. You don't want to.
Right.
So Mouth.
You'll probably be a
And
little more
what
aggressive.
Mike Werner was saying here, Mouth doesn't take long to study a shot. Well, Mouth's also been playing the game since I think he came out of the womb. He's
probably got 100,000 games in easily.
Easily. I don't know. We could look it up, but Kevin Lindsay's not here to do his little magic that he does. So what's Bambi gonna do here? Is she gonna do the 5 hybrid chick? 5 hybrid chick? Wow, trick.
So one thing about the stout, so people that don't understand, so if you have a stout right now, that 10-mile-an-hour wind really isn't like helping you.
It's like a 4 or a 5.
Yeah, it's not really doing much for you. So you have to.
They want to. They've been saying like 60%. And I'm pretty sure people are tired of hearing us talk about the stouts. But
that. Good shot.
What's up, Josh? How you doing, buddy? But it's the reason why we talk about it so much is it's been a ginormous controversy on how they're cheater balls and everything else. But you can say that about every aspect of this game. Like a certain club is a cheater club.
Sure.
Or because I play a 7 hybrid, I've heard so many people call that a cheater club.
That's
or somebody playing with a super spin club calling
Sure.
that a cheater club.
Oh, absolutely.
But super spins have been around since 07.
Yeah, a long time. The 7 hybrid. Well, 7 hybrids have been around since we got clubs.
No, it hasn't.
I thought the 7 hybrid came
No,
in
7
the first.
hybrid came in once we started building the bag.
I thought that was around already with the original hybrid set.
The Hawks? No, the Hawks only went up. The Hawks only went up to 5 hybrid.
Oh.
It was 5, 4, 3, 2,
yeah, that's right.
and
You're
then
right.
3 wood, 5 wood.
Yeah.
Which the Hawk set was a great set. That helped you on so many courses.
I love
Royal
that set.
Cove,
Yeah.
Pelican. Pelican was another one where.
And back then, what did everyone say to us that was the cheater set?
Yeah, you know.
know?
Well, it's not a cheater set if you learn how to use it, because if you try to play a hybrid like you play a wood,
right,
you're going to screw up, because a hybrid will cut a lot more than a wood will.
Correct.
Because not only because of wind, but because of loft.
Correct.
So, man, he's going to hit a 10-5 here with a little cutty. Oh, this could be good. Okay.
Good shot.
That's a great shot. So again, this 12 for Fox is only playing.
Is he playing stouts?
He is. Fox
Really?
switched to stouts too.
No shit.
Look at this. Ooh, he almost double hopped it. So I played. Have you played Jamaica yet?
I have not.
Okay. Well, I of all holes to get a hole-in-one on, which one do you think I got?
I don't know the course well enough.
Oh, so I got 13. That little island.
Oh,
that
geez.
island par 4.
Yeah.
The one hole-in-one I get this qualifier will be that
Nice.
one. But I shot a 29, so I'm happy with that.
I got 15 of Dodge, bouncing a 3-wood off the roof.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That can really go either way when you bounce off that roof, man.
Exactly.
If you bounce off that roof on the wrong side and it's going with the wind,
Yeah.
okay. If you make the green, count your chickens.
Right. Yeah, when I hit the shot, I was like, oh, I might have hit that too hard. I'm like, wait, that's not going to even clear the building.
It's the worst.
Yeah. That's all right.
So
it was lucky.
So I think, are we going Mouth again, or has he just got the lock? He's got the lock condition card, maybe. All right, so we're switching over here to the Jared Decker stream. Jared Decker, as you know,
quickly becoming one of the
how
top
do you
players.
think Mark got his longest drive? It's 503 yards. Mouth probably got that on. He probably got that on Bonnie Moore, number 16. I want to say that par 5.
I'm pretty sure it was, and
because it's a severe downhill, and if you have this huge outwind, and that Bonnie Moore was before tees, I believe.
yeah.
No, wait, I can't remember quite.
I don't remember.
Any handicap tournaments coming to Florida in the future? That we don't know. Go on Facebook if you got it. Go on Golden Tee
Look at
Fan.
shit.
Make a post. Ask a few questions. If not, set your own up if you want to do that. There's a good amount of Florida players. You can probably find somebody, a bunch of people that'll play in it.
Right.
because this game has around average of 60,000 players. You know.
That's crazy.
Yeah, this game is wonderful. Oof. Decker doesn't look too pleased about that. All right, so that wraps up that game. Do we got another one going on in the next?
I don't know who's on the other machine.
Yeah, Don, I know you're out there. Last time I was out there, I tried to hit you up, but you got a little busy. But you know what? It's all good, man. We got a few jobs out that way, so if I'm ever out that way, and in fact, the bonus part is they got one machine that like I'm one of 4 people that can work on it. So next time I'm out there, I'll definitely let you know. You know, I'll hit you up first because I also got family out there. I got a couple friends, not Golden Tee related, out in Arizona. So I'll hit you up. Yes.
It is.
Yeah, we're going to go with this one here. This is Mr. Dance and Jim, B-Man, 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 and Mr. Fuzz, John Thurston.
Fuzz used to be a Wisconsin player.
Yeah, he moved to Texas.
Yeah. He was one of the original guys, too. I think he played pre-4 days even.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
He was one of those guys that used to compete in the national championship back, with Steve Sobey and Ryan Bourgeois.
I really need to go out for a break here in a minute. So
yeah, and I'm going to be up in a couple holes here.
Yeah. So maybe Tony Johnson will. Tony Johnson's right there. I mean, I'm pretty sure he'll jump in. Tony. Oh, he's on in 2 holes. We'll find some people here, but I need to go have myself a little break. And so, guys, go ahead and just enjoy the show. We're going to bring some more casters in a minute, ask all the questions you want once they get here, or have a few backed up. It doesn't really bother us one bit. Ooh, wow, B-Man. Leaking it out a little bit that way, to the left, that way. Yeah, that's the one. But he made it. No, he's the only one that eagled. That was a tough hole to eagle, too.
It looked like it.
Going on here. So this part 4 is, yeah.
Probably one of my least favorite holes this year is this hole.
Yeah, you know what? Before I started playing Jamaica a lot, I literally sat down one day and I just said, I'm going to play 10 Jamaica in a row. Don't care what I shoot. I'm going to finish them. So I learned. Finally, once I sat down and learned the course and how to play it, because this hole sets up so many different ways for being the second hole, because you could be set up underneath the trees where if you try to go straight at it, you're going to clip the trees. And sometimes the distance just doesn't play the same way. So you got to really learn like what each box will do. So I'm going to let you guys go. Comments will, please feel free to leave your comments, and I will be back in a short while. Later, guys.
All right. And I am up to play, so we will find some other commentators for you. Have a good day.
Excellent work. Golfer 1 with a bid for eagle. Golfer 2 on the green. That's an eagle. Ready at the tee. It's golfer 1.
Is this one going to do it?
Golfer 2 at the tee. Peter, can you believe this? Golfer 3 on tee. Golfer 1 with a putt for birdie. Golfer 2 for birdie with this putt. Golfer 3 for birdie with this putt. Golfer 1 hits first.
Jim, I love this job.
Golfer 2 up at the tee.
What a majestic drive. Wow.
Golfer 3 at the tee.
Wow.
Back to the talented Golfer 2.
That's on the fairway grass.
Whoops. That's not good. Golfer 1. Golfer 3. That's a nice shot indeed. Golfer 2 is away. Golfer 2, this one for par. Golfer 3 readies the putter. Wow, an eagle. Golfer 1 ready to putt. A fine eagle, Peter. Golfer 1 on tee. Drives it right up the alley.
Are you got both of these on different, or are they just 2-1? Perfect. All right, guys, we're looking at Jamaica third course. We got Fuzz, Dancing Jim, and B-Man on it. We saw them kind of fluff up Powell quite a bit. It was not pretty to watch. I haven't gotten to see much of what's going on here yet, so we'll try to jump in where we can. Let's take a look at the other game and see where they're at. I'm assuming they're probably a little farther along, and they might even be on the next course by now, but we'll see. I got to look and see what these guys are playing. I know Fuzz is playing, I think he said he's playing Titans, and it looks like Titans to me by the distances, and I can't tell. No, he's Barrage. Sorry, that's Barrage. But if we all know that Barrage is almost identical to Titans with a little less spin. And I'm going to have Paul Leedy joining me in the booth here now.
Okay,
I feel like we got the A-team coming back together.
Can we get one thing straight here? My last name is Lady, not Leedy.
Whatever. I'll call you a lady in the hotel tonight.
Oh, baby.
All right, so now Jason Wickstrom. Is that Wengler? Or
that's CJ, yeah.
Yep. I can't. Him and Evan, what's his last name? Sewell. Is it Sewell or Evan Scanlon look just alike.
Yeah.
So CJ's a banger bunker, guys. So he's with Andy Fox, Will Sandstead,
Al Zarrell,
Al Jazz, Tony Johnson on occasion. He's picking things up quick, and
he is. He's become a very, very good player.
He's got the home editions thing going too, so they go play there a little bit too. All right, so we're watching Jason. It'd be nice to see how these guys are sitting so far, but they're putting bullets at it right now.
They are.
I don't know.
Are they shooting par right now?
Score-wise, what are they?
Because one is there. Because one is there.
Actually, it looks like Jason's off by one.
Okay.
CJ's got one, and he's on, and Jason didn't get one.
So definitely 14 front is par.
If
one is there.
A couple of the back nine looks, from what I saw, are a little bit more challenging.
Yeah, the what's that one where you cut around the trees? Which one?
The designer hole.
Is that the designer hole?
It would be 14 or 15.
No, 13. 13 is the.
13 is the island hole. Was that the design?
Oh, the one I hold. Of course, the one I hold.
Oh, you hold that one. Nice
yeah.
ball. Now, CJ hasn't switched. The Banger Bunker all switched over to stouts. I'm qualifying with Fox, and he's playing stouts, and he just started playing them. And like a lot of us that just picked these up, we haven't quite gotten it down to a science quite yet. We're not at like the Lance Harris or Brewer stout level.
Me and Luke Nelson were playing at the Banger Bunker 2 weeks ago, and me and him said, "Screw it, let's play a couple rounds with stouts, see what happens." So my first round, I shot a 30 with 80,000 great shot points on Dodge.
Yeah.
And I go, "Oh, these balls are great," and then all of a sudden it's just downhill from there. I just missed my Titans, you know. So this is the one I was talking about. This setup is
is a little challenging.
Yeah.
But apparently you can clear it. The 5-wood cleared at high tee, no problem. I don't like that shot. With the 5-wood
I'm up already. Wow.
Well, I'm losing my
sorry, buddy.
I'm losing my color guy here. So he went high tee over. It's gonna be a safe shot, but it's gonna be a pretty long putt. I'm pretty sure I'm gonna be cutting a ball. And hey, if I undercut it and I leave it in the sand, I'd rather have that chip than CJ's putt right now. So we'll take a look here. Now, Jason's got a set of clubs here. I've never had a 1-iron on this. I like the idea because it can sit underneath this first tree. I just don't know if it's going to have the sauce to kick up. But I don't think he's upset with that chip coming in. All right, so CJ's got an 89-footer. It's going to turbo on him, but he C-putted it to slow down the speed a little bit, but didn't account for the break being a little bit more than when you do a C-putt. Let's see if Jason can knock this stiff. I bet at home he's thinking he's making this 75 to 80% of the time. And he flubbed it a little bit, caught the edge of the fringe, so it changed the break on it a little bit, so it made it not a left 2 and it made it more like a left 4. So he missed it a little. He's probably kicking himself a bit there because he thought he should have made that and got his eagle. Since he didn't get one, it looks like he lost another one on the front. It would be nice to know kind of where these guys would be sitting at in the qualifier thus far, because that would make you wonder what's going through their heads a little bit, to see if they're pressing at something, if they know, hey, I can just be smooth moving through here. I'm not really in any risk of doing anything here, so just don't make any major mistakes. And really the rest of the way on Jamaica, it didn't seem like any of the setups are major mistakes coming up here. But let's see here. Somebody's going to try to put this at this one and get a chance for a holdout. I'm really interested watching him hit the 1-iron. I've never seen another player have the 1-iron on this course. It's kind of interesting to watch. All right, so I'm not sure the ball CJ's playing it. I think he's a Titans guy. The backspin definitely backed up like it had solid spin. It had a higher bounce, so it's not a grabber's. I'm assuming that I'll be able to see when he pulls the driver out coming up here. All right, this is actually a really nice look for this. We're not high teeing this at all. You're going to hit your 10.5 with pretty much any balls here with bite. Titans, you have a really good chance. If you hit this too hard, Titans will fly this green. Stout's probably going to be dead on nuts. 135 to 140 miles per hour will be good. That 139 is delicious. That's a very good ball by CJ. All right, and I got that. I don't think he's Titans. I think he might be Barrage. He hit it good. Check hard. Woo! Good ball. If anybody knows what Jason Wickstrom's playing here, that'd be interesting to see. These Build-A-Backs, I wish they put some kind of marker on them to tell us with the Build-A-Balls like what they are. Now, CJ's got the plus irons here. Bite's going to be pretty good. I mean, if any club with backspin, he's risking water. You can attack it if you really needed the stroke, but backspin would have brought water into play. I like what Jason's doing here. Smoothie 7 hybrid. Let's see if this bites enough for him. Not quite. Now, could have a chance for a rollover putt here, but I think they're going to be gentle enough to make him. Perfect. And now we're going to get into a couple interesting holes here. All right, got a new announcer in the booth with me, still puttering. I think it's the first guy on the stream. This is now, guys. This is not a fun look, right? I think most of us are going to try to go around the right-hand side because getting it through the left-hand side isn't the problem. It's so hard with that left to right wind to not leave yourself a 50, 60-foot putt coming back in or to hit that underneath tree.
Yep.
Now, CJ got that was a pretty fortuitous bounce there because he came out of the weeds, so he'll probably have a low iron to go underneath it, maybe a 5 hybrid or something.
Yeah, it's one of the tougher setups for sure on this hole.
It is.
Tucked away.
Yep, and if you're looking underneath right now, the outside edge leaf on that first tree that Jason's looking at is in play. You'll hit that with pretty much any high-teed club that you're going underneath. If you stay into the archway, it will stay under. Now, the problem here, though, is if you cut it too much, you're going to hit the tree right behind it. I like what Jason did here. It's a pretty safe shot, except, did it stay dry or did it hit the water? It caught water.
That's a good club to have on that hole, I think. I've seen a lot of players use that same club, and it seems useful for a lot of setups on that.
It can be useful. It can be a useful club there. The problem that I would see having that instead of hitting, let's say, a 9-wood or a 7-wood or an 8-wood is that I have to navigate the trees that way. Right? If I played that same shot that he just played and I'm going to play a high tee 9-wood at it, I'm over all the trees. Plus, with the high tee there, the wind is actually going to hold me back right quite a bit more, so I can use the wind to an advantage. If it was the wind the other way, I just don't have to cut it as much. And I got an easier chance of playing a safe shot, right? Oh,
that's nice.
Okay.
That was a nice chip.
That's a heck of a great chip. He could have put himself in a bad way, saved a birdie out of it. I'm saying right now that birdie's going to be a very good score on this hole.
Definitely. Yeah, because going left is obviously risky, but going right is not easy. So there's really no easy look at this.
Right, and I think the only way to have aced that hole would have been from right to left and fight the wind. The left to right, you'd have to one hop it, maybe hit short in the rough and have it kick back left, but you're then just playing with very low chances of ever having that work. So I think that Jason went the right way with it. Execution was just a little wrong. Okay, now here, guys, the main key is, one, never be in the rough off the tee. The second, with that down 10 green, especially with an outwind, you can't go at the pin. You have to go to the long part because you can't stop it in time. This ball, every ball that you play on this hole, it carries on this second shot. For some reason, this one, it takes off on the second shot. It's like a wind funnel down there. So the ball will go. You're going to leave yourself a pretty decent putt here, typically an up 10 with some break on it. But leaving an up 10 with some break on it is better than being short in the sand and having to try to barely get it over that edge and stop it in time without going wet. These guys both executed this beautifully. You got a lot of area in the fairway before the rough that you're fine and have a clear shot coming in. So they did that fine. They both made putts. Tough to hole out from there, but very low risk, safe shot.
You just can't lay too far back there because then you'll have a cut in, and a lot of times that's tricky to stick it.
Absolutely. A cut in on that is not a fun thing to do. Now, this one here, where the pin is and with this hole, we saw that when he flew by that, we saw the 3 hybrid was probably the great distance for him, right? But you can't hit a 3 hybrid on this. You got no space to get that over the edge and hit the green on a fly and have it backspin in time to stop. Now, one of the things is CJ plays a lot more. I would have seen that and saw Jason hit a normal tee 8-wood, and he hit it pretty soft. I watched miles per hour. It wasn't a hard shot at all.
Yeah.
And he was decently long. So if I'm CJ, I look at that and go, well, if I could do that same exact shot, I can just low tee it and have a chance of it going in. You're not bringing water into play on this one, because water looks like it's really bad and in a bad spot for this, but it's really not in play.
Right. Or you could add a little cut shot on that, too, take off some distance.
Yep.
It was kind of a safe shot to go for.
They were real bailouts, and the problem where they bailed out where they did is those putts could have easily lipped out, shot right in the water. We got a really friendly setup on 18. I'm not sure what Jason's actually doing here. You got a left 7 green. If you fight the wind right to left, when that hits the green, it's going to check hard left. So no matter what, he's going to end up having a long putt no matter what. This is going to be a long putt no matter what. Now, CJ, I'm almost positive will hit the right shot. He's probably looking at cutting a 10.5 backspin.
Yeah,
and he's got a chance
here. Or a full into it. Yeah,
a full would be good. He's looking at the full.
Yep.
He's got to throw it left a little. Yeah, he didn't. He hit it. He hit it. Yeah, he did.
Look
hit
at
it
the
left.
pullback on that. It was almost straight to change clubs.
But that's what you want to do on the full, because that's the repetition factor of it.
Right.
I just didn't think. I bet he was thinking in his head that 12 would have stopped it from turning as fast as it did. This is trouble, dude. And honestly, if I'm at 23, 23 doesn't knock me out of the hunt, right? If he would have tried to go underneath that building, gotten stuck in the building, taken a double bogey, a 21 puts you in the cut line. Puts you at the cut line and makes it really challenging, right?
Definitely one of the tougher Jamaica setups for sure.
So for 18 though, this is as easy as 18 gets.
Yeah. You always want the pin on the bottom.
Yeah, the pin on the bottom is the key. That when the pin's up top, there's so many issues that can come into play. You can fall down to the bottom tier. You cannot get it up to the top from the bottom tier. If you're laying just off the green up top, that chip can be blind sometimes because the bushes behind you block your swing, so you don't know how hard you're hitting it. You pretty much, if you're not on the green putting on this hole, you got to go ahead and take your birdie and be safe. I feel like
it's a bogey, but it could have been a lot worse where he was at.
I feel like CJ kind of got into his own head there a little bit at the end of this game. All right, so 25-22, neither one of them are going to be happy with that round.
No,
definitely not. Not really, not at all. Jason held his together a little bit more. I think CJ being newer and less tournament savvy, when he watered, I believe it was 14 or 15 with the shot where he went long. He hit the bushes actually, and then his second shot he went underneath, and then he tried to make the chip, and he watered the chip from there. When he did that, you watched his mannerisms, his mentality. He kind of
you could see it.
He kind of got psyched out a little bit here. We're going to flip back to the other game. Now, if you're watching Fuzzy right now, Fuzz is possibly the oldest school player here, and by saying that,
and there it is.
By saying oldest school player, I think he's been around for longer than anybody. There's another Michigan guy here, Steve Zaske. He's been around quite a bit. Me and Haas. Otherwise, it's pretty young now. It's a pretty newer group of guys. We were guys that were there before the live platform, back in that Golden Tee thing that you guys probably see complete, and it looks like we're playing Atari, and it's fun. It's it's fun to play, but some of us were going to tournaments back then on that. We're back at this hole again, and like I said,
it's pretty nice.
It's a really good look.
It's pretty nice.
Now, Fuzz, like I said, is playing Barrage. If you played the Titans from this year, Barrage is identical distance, right? But gotcha. And then with the Barrage though, they're Titans with less backspin. Bounce is the same, distance is the same. There's a little bit of side spin on the Titans that changes how balls react with a cut on them when it hits the green, but it's negligible and most people don't notice it or are fine tuning it that much. Jim got a little unlucky there.
Yeah.
Oh no, was that B-Man? Okay, he got a little unlucky here. But,
bad bounce there.
But pretty much every ball here, the Barrages with the spin distance there, Fuzz knew that. He knew that spin's a little less, and if he hit his 10.5, he has to hit it less than hitting it as hard as he can, right? So he knows that hitting a ball as hard as you can is much easier than taking distance off of a club. So he went to a club that he knew he could hit as hard as he wanted. It won't go long, and as long as he doesn't cut it too bad, it's going to be on the green. And that's a smart play for him.
There, hitting a 9.5 in, you have to be a lot more precise with the mile per hour on that shot to try to stop it.
Right, and I think Jim doesn't play as much or go to as many tournaments. I don't know if his bag has a 10.5. And if you guys don't know, or you're newer to it, the 10.5 driver it's one of the most all-around useful clubs in the game. It's similar height to a 3-wood. It cuts more than the 3-wood does, and it cuts more than the other drivers do too. Distance-wise, you can knock it down. You can hit a high tee with that and hit it 380, or you can hit it with no tee and still hit it 300. So it's got a lot of range of distances with it. It's a versatile club. Put it in your bag. Make sure it's there.
Yeah, I was gonna say I think it's borderline necessity.
I was one of the people that I had a hard time even deciding to put 2 drivers in my bag until I thought about putting an 8.5 driver and the 10.5, because now I can do all sorts of things. The 8.5 driver, I can end up skipping water on a lot of shots when I want to. You can have a lot more fun with it. So there's a variance in those clubs that it's useful to have those 2 in there. But no matter what you do, you got to play to your equipment and play to your game. If you don't think you could have gotten to that green on that hole on 13, then guess what?
Yep.
Put it in your spot. Give yourself a chance to make the shot for eagle and get your guaranteed birdie. A birdie is always going to be better than a par or worse. And if you watch the cut lines at these things, a birdie or a par, 1 or 2 off on a hole, won't get you too bad. We just watched CJ do it. If he turns the 2 double bogeys he had into pars, he's out of there with a 26.
Yep.
Cool. You're a little bit off on the cut line with that, but next round you shoot a clean round and you're right back fine again. Now he's coming into the next round thinking, wow, I got to press. I got to press really hard. I got to go at these things. And I'm telling you this right now, pressing in Golden Tee very rarely leads to a good outcome. It rarely
especially
rarely
holes like 13, where if you water it, it's not usually a good drop. So you're looking at possibly another water, like you said, double bogey, and almost impossible hole out for the save there after watering. So
right. So I mean, play to your strengths. I mean, in a match play, you kind of really need to go for get all the strokes, because the best of us are not. We're shooting clean rounds in match play. Like on this Jamaica setup, I'm thinking, I mean, honestly, I haven't played it. I'll be playing this in a minute when this game that we're watching right now ends. But I'm watching this setup going, if I shoot anything less than a 30 under, I'm not happy. I haven't seen hole 1, but from what I understand, it's pretty much a straight driver right at it. So I'm not worried about losing a stroke there.
Yeah, I think it was like 407 or something like that.
B-Man's in the rough here, but he's playing Titans, so it's a 70-yard club. I didn't like him hitting a spin on that, but it's out of the rough, so it's not going to snap too hard. But if you cut that a little bit and don't hit it full speed, that ball would have snapped right back into the water. Now, we discussed this hole here too, and I think we both agreed that the safe shot and the shot that you could possibly make this on has to be around the right-hand side. The 8-wood going around with what he's going to have to do with this, he's going to have to high tee it most likely, I believe, with the 8-wood. I don't know if it clears the second tree.
All the way to the right through the gap there.
We watched, so Jason Wickstrom was playing a 3 hybrid. And you have to, navigate under the trees and not hit a trunk. But when he hit it, it grabbed and snapped and went off. So I think Fuzz is going to go here, leave it at this angle. I just don't think the full 8-wood's going to turn into this wind. It's a really safe shot.
I want safe.
It'd probably make rough to the right.
Yeah, it's rough to the right, maybe even sand long. And honestly, the sand long from this is actually not a bad play because it's going to line up perfect.
But I had a 25-yard putt from the fringe.
Okay. Now, see, this play here, though, right? To have this cut, it's going to land on the green. If you can get it to land left of the hole, that's fantastic. But that's a gem of a shot. But
that's tough to thread in there.
That's as close as he could have gotten with that shot.
Yep.
You couldn't get any closer with that ball. Like, there's no way.
No way. I could have hit the same shot he did, but I was like, no, we're taking this out of play.
Right. I don't, on this one here, we're not putting it close with any shot. So why am I going to hit the shot that brings water, par, worse into play? If I hang it out right under the trees, the worst that happens is I might clip a branch, but I can be really safe and not clip that branch. But again, he hit a tough shot that was a lot of risk, and he's still, most likely that putt, he's not going to make that putt.
Yeah, it's a long putt.
Okay, we're back to the 3 hybrid, and I want to see this. It's kind of interesting how you have to play this.
I want to say he's going to bend it through that window to the right.
So with the hybrids, guys, the cuts are a lot more dramatic, right? If you're hitting a 9-wood or an 8-wood, it doesn't cut as fast, so it doesn't fight through wind. The 9-wood, 8-woods, 7-woods, they cut kind of slower. It's softer. If you cut this 3 hybrid on this,
15 yards of your shot.
Right. I mean, you can fight an 11 wind with 2 turns with a cut with the 3 hybrid. The woods that you'd be hitting here, you can't. Well, like I'm saying here with the 3 hybrid, he did what CJ did. Now he's going to get a good bounce though. So now if you play this safe,
yeah, those bushes
it's going to be a birdie because it kicked you. Even if it's not disappeared, I don't think it's going to kill him. The problem is the 6 iron's going to be too high. I want to see what his next club up is looking at here. I think he goes to a 5 hybrid as his next club up. Let's see.
This is where it could be,
Been there, done that.
Yeah, I've been there, done
losing more
that.
strokes or saving it.
You can't go up. You can't be. He can't be hitting a 6 here. You have to know that that's never under. Isn't going to be under this. Wow, that's actually he hit a really good ball. I mean, he got lucky that it clipped the little rose bushes, whatever were in front of him, knocked it down. But the thought process I think for these guys was I think a lot of people are not thinking this hole out correctly. You're putting yourself at big risks on everything. We like the 3 hybrid, what you can do with it, but in order for me to stick that green with the 3 hybrid, I'm trying to navigate with a cut shot and 11 wind going directionally. I'm trying to navigate through trunks of trees. As good as some of us are, it is still a crapshoot, right? If I have a cut that with that 3 hybrid a little bit more than I want, that's going to snap a little farther. It could hit a tree.
You could do what happened to Clark. You spun it off into the water.
Yeah, I mean but if one of those guys, if anybody would have gone and hit, I mean the high 8-wood would have been a little tough because I think it's going to be a little long. But the line you go at, you face the hole. I pull it back just maybe halfway to the right, and then I throw it all the way out to the 3. If I do that, that actually kills distance because I'm not getting the snap on the hook or the slice, and I know it can't possibly get back to the water.
But also at the same time, where you're at, score-wise, dictates the shot.
Right, and I don't care whatever score you're at.
I was one better, and I went left.
But whatever score we're at, we're all agreeing that going to the left on that is risky at best, and there's no reward to it at all. There was no reward to get that.
I didn't feel it was a risk for me. I just knew.
No, you went to the right, though. You said you went around right.
I went around the left.
With what, like a 7-wood and 8-wood?
8-wood, and I said I'm not going to over. I said just
put it on the green or cut it into the rough. Yeah, I got you. All right, guys, I got Adrian Westergren coming in here. He's another he's one of the Minnesota guys. He's more in the cities. He's actually like a real human being and deals with actual people and not like these suburban guys that. And he plays like in a major city, so he's actually a more well-rounded individual, more versed with society. But in case you haven't played with Wes before. Honestly, Wes, your game for when I play with you and we're gambling and stuff, you're somebody I don't want to gamble with because you point a ton on me. What goes on in your head in qualifiers, dude? Because I've seen you shoot games that I'm like, how are you? What are you doing? Like you're better. You're so much better than that.
It's a mental block.
Mental block, gotcha. I mean, so you in your head, you know that your qualifying is where your worst part is. Because in match play, you do okay too. Yeah.
I don't care who I play.
Is it so? It's a mental block, or are you thinking about things wrong? Because if I'm you got good scores going right now, right? You shot.
329s and a 28.
Okay, so you're sitting.
I whipped a trackball in 8, and I didn't even get to the rock. It landed 30
on 8 of
oak. I hit it so bad I didn't even get to the
cliff.
Oh,
gotcha. So did you get birdie or did you chip in for eagle?
Rolled over and made birdie.
Okay, but once again though, you make that mistake. The problem comes is when you go, oh my God, I made that mistake. Now I got to try to make this chip.
And I
if
have
that
a hard
chip
time.
On that, it hits that edge, and you hit it a little right on that edge. You're right back in the water again, and now you're taking a big bad score. Now let's see. Okay, let's see if people learn from this. Fuzz did a good shot here. He cut it back in. Did he get enough? He does. Barrage doesn't backspin as much. And now these other two guys, they both have 8-woods.
I just threw it out to the right and made sure don't hit the tree and let the green take over.
They both have 8-woods. I believe, is that, I think his 8-wood, I wonder if he's playing stouts. Is that stout distance? I don't know what the 8-wood distance is. I don't play.
I don't know what it is either.
But we saw Fuzz, and this is where you got to know all the equipment, not just the one you play. If I know Fuzz is playing Barrage and I'm playing Titans, good. I know my distances are the same. I just know my backspin's going to be better.
See, now B-Man can just thumb this straight at the hole. In theory, he should be able to,
and
let the 10 take over.
In theory, if I want to make this, I move this tee. I tee it up and move it right, maybe back it up right, and I hit a dead straight thumb shot. And that's a great ball. See, these guys did what CJ and Jason didn't do. They both made birdie on it, yes, but CJ was going second, and Jason hit an 8-wood, and didn't cut it. He just hit a smooth 8-wood. Well, with no cut on that 8-wood, it was pretty long. They had 50-foot down 6 left 5 putts, and CJ saw it, and he didn't adjust to it. He hit almost the exact same shot. You got to look at that and go, okay, my opponent went long with that shot. Cool. How do I kill distance? I can cut it. Well, if I cut that hole, I'm bringing water into play a little more.
I think this is one of your most favorable looks you're going to get on this.
Yes, this is absolutely one of the easier
I
looks.
overcut it. I put myself in the sand right above it.
Did you leave it the aim that he's got, take a 10.5 with backspin and cut it?
That's exactly what I did, but
I
overcut it.
That's the right shot, right?
I overcut it.
The 10.5 backspin, now, he's also playing Barrage, like I said. You're playing Titans. On this course, I'll be playing Stouts. So for me, this is when I look at this with Stouts, it's a 6-win. It's not changing the shot much. I just need to change my angle and my path coming in and play the backspin different. Now, since mine is a 6-win, I'm going to hit my 10.5 to check once and hit the slope. And hopefully it rides the slope and then turns right around. Done. This going this way, when your cut is going with the wind, no matter what, when you hit the green, it's going to multiply the effect of the break. So when he hits that green with that path and trajectory coming in, that ball's actually going to bounce left like it's a left 10 or 12. There's no way you can put that ball close. And honestly, why do I want to bring obstacles into play when I don't have to? It's just, you're going to see that the skills, everybody can hit the shots, but like if I was playing with them not in a tournament, I would have stopped them and slapped them in the mouth and said, "What are you thinking? Your brain's wrong on this. That is an absolutely wrong shot. I don't care what the result is. He could can it, but it's still the wrong shot. It's a math game. Golden Tee is still a math game. I'm giving myself the best chance to win." All right, so now, and even here, B-Man probably wasn't happy with his tee shot, but guess what? He had a chip that he could make half the time for eagle. This chip is damn near impossible.
It is I was there, not that far back.
Because you can't see the slope in front of you, so you don't know.
You don't know where you need to land the ball.
Correct. So do you try to hit this hard enough to land green first? I mean, most likely I'd be going with the bite 9-iron, something here maybe.
I guarantee you he's going to bounce this and kick right, and he's going to have a 20-footer coming back up.
I got the feeling he's going to miss on the left-hand side.
Why is he not going at it? Is he worried about the...
Well, see, this is the thing here. There's no risk at going at it. So
there is none.
No, and that bounce will never be off that rough. You'd have to know this and play a lot of games, but you know that bounce off the rough is never going to bounce back left. It's either going to bounce straight or back right. It depends on where you hit, but it's straight or back right. So, I mean, he gave that no chance of going in. Fuzz played a smooth around there, it seems. I didn't get to see the scorecard, but let's see. I'm thinking Fuzz didn't miss one. All right.
Fuzz 28, that's solid.
Yeah, that's fine. I mean, he didn't miss
two off. Oh well.
He missed the one that a lot of people are missing. That one. Did he? What other one did he miss here? I didn't get a chance to leave it. They skipped through it. All right, everybody. You're gonna have Wes alone for a minute. I'm gonna go play my match on there.
I gotta go play too.
Okay, we're both gonna go play. Let's see if we can get another person in the booth here. We got some good ones going. I think the Decker match is going on the other machine right now, and that's Decker and Seth. They're two really good players, and it looks like they're on the drivable par 5 of Oakwood right now. So they're not quite there yet. I'm coming. So that was Andy Fox. He's tapping me in the back, telling me we're up on machine 4. So we'll be seeing me play here. Right. Not hearing you, but we'll be there in a little bit.
My group's on 15. I gotta go.
Yep, we're all jumping in.
Yeah,
so we're signing off for a minute. They're going to probably put a match on the stream, so we'll be good. All right. Hey, Tony, you want to give some sound? All right.
right, so this is Tony Johnson. I hopped on the stream for a little bit. I got maybe 15 minutes or so before I got to hop back on the qualifier. I've already played this course. I can give a couple little nuggets based on my give a couple nuggets based on my experience. That was a very nice putt. This hole is set up a little bit weird. I actually saw this set up before I played my round, and I switched to the 9.5 degree driver instead of the 8.5 degree driver just to make sure that I could hit that and kind of play it safe. I saw a few people hit the 10.5, and it worked without a high tee, and I decided that it was a little too risky for me, so I ended up playing the 9.5. So we got Seth here. Who else? Who's playing with Seth? Looks like Jared and Bell. So on this one, I just kind of played it safe. I kind of palmed a 6-wood. Looks like Jared. Do we know what balls these guys are playing? I think Jared's a stout player. Seth, I'm not totally sure about. Good shot there. So in a qualifier for me at this point, I'm unless I'm like really behind the 8 ball, I'm just kind of playing it safe. So for me right here, this is just I wouldn't even thumb it. I mean, that's fine, but I would just kind of palm it and just be safe about it. Leave myself a 10-foot downhill putt and kind of move on to the next hole. I mean, there's times to chase hole outs and there's times to not. And in my opinion, on this hole, it's just not a time to chase a hole out, in spite of the $20 hole-in-one prize pool. So this one I got kind of lucky on, actually. I moved it up where Seth did there, and I ended up hitting my 9.5, and I kind of pounded it. I wasn't sure how high. Oh, boy. You must have whiffed that a little bit. I ended up hitting my 9.5 and just barely cleared the fringe and got pretty close, just basically pure luck. I probably should have done what Jared's doing here, which is a high tee, 10.5, and just kind of play it safe and try to make your 50-foot putt. I don't know why I tried to get aggressive there, but I did, and I got lucky. So, yeah, I mean, ultimately, for me on a qualifier, it's safety first. So in spite of what I said about me actually hitting an overly aggressive shot on this, normally I would try to be exactly what Jared did there. And if I make my putt, great. And if I don't, so be it. That was a great shot there. Can't get too much closer unless you're biting off a lot more than you really want to bite off on a qualifier. Kevin, welcome to the booth.
Thank you, sir. It's good to be back. I've been watching some of this.
Have you commentated on this course yet?
I have not. It's been a while.
So I've played this course. So
good.
This setup. So I can talk a little bit about what I did, and maybe in a perfect world you might talk about what you would do, and then I would talk about what I did. But these guys play too fast for that. So we'll just power through. You got a little way to look up what balls are playing there?
Yes, actually, we've already got a cheat sheet here.
Oh, I was guessing Jared's playing stouts, and the other guys, I'm guessing Seth is playing Titans, and I don't know what the other guys.
Bell should be playing stouts. I'm not sure on Seth. I do have him down for streaks, but I believe he might have changed them.
I don't think he would on this course. So on this one, I hit a 5-wood. Again, kind of safety first, just kind of give it a little pump and basically what he just did there. Wow.
Oh.
He did it better than I did. But I landed about 30 feet behind the hole and checked back to about 15 feet. Again, at this point, I'm safety first on the qualifier.
Yeah, and that's something we've been trying to talk about, with every stream. Well, according to Seth's Livewire account, says he's using streaks still. Yeah,
he could be. I'll try to watch. It'll be.
It's the blue golf ball. It's definitely
he's
streaks.
hosed here. There's no way he's got to just knock this out to try to get a par because he can't get it up fast enough. So, but based on the fact that he's playing the spinny sandwich, it might be streaks. I'll try to keep an eye on his distance on his clubs and see if he actually is playing streaks because that would be the spot where you could see.
So on his Livewire account, it's a blue baby blue ball what he was using earlier, so he's definitely using the streaks.
Okay.
Yeah, but it's definitely an interesting choice for Oakwood here.
Well, and I mean, it's not the choice that I make, but I'm guessing that he has some extra spin on his irons that make it a little bit more palatable. But for me, on Oakwood, there's no holes other than maybe hole 1 where you just really need that distance. Maybe hole 15, but that's like a 1 in 20 setup.
Right, and I was going to say having the super spin on his irons is great, but where is that really going to – I can't think of too many holes that would really make a difference.
Yeah, I mean,
obviously
the reason you're doing it is for hole outs.
Yeah.
And so for a Worlds qualifier, I might do that. But for a regular PEGT event qualifier, I probably would not. And when I say Worlds qualifier, I mean like the events mode that we're doing every week, where you're chasing hole outs. Whereas in a qualifier, I mean, there might be some people that chase hole outs. I don't chase hole outs. I'm chasing a par round.
The only time you can chase hole outs is when you're playing the daily contest, when the setup's the same.
Well, and events mode for the Worlds qualifier. Well, for sure. I mean, you're chasing hole outs.
Yes. But, when it comes to Worlds qualifier, yeah, like you're saying. Now, the other thing that I've seen Seth do a handful of times today, and unfortunately not too well, I mean, that was a good one. That was a solid full shot. But the last couple of fulls where he's pulling it back all the way to the A or all the way to the C and hitting it straight, they haven't been really successful. That one was really good, but he has lost a couple strokes on other courses trying to do that. So it's interesting play.
And he's a guy who, if we would have been talking about Seth 2 years ago, we would have been talking about him as kind of one of the top 10 guys that are playing. He played a lot of games, had some really good results. He took some time off. Didn't play as much for about a year. He's just kind of working his way back in. And so I think, during the Calcutta, we talked about how many rounds he's played this year, and it's not that many. So he showed up. I understand the desire to be at a Golden Tee tournament because you get a little bit of FOMO if you're not there.
Right.
So he's here. I think, but he's still kind of working back into kind of Seth's standard for form.
Right, and the weird thing too for him is that he played so well in Florida, so that's definitely motivated him to get here. And then again, this is just a qualifier. It's not. I'm pretty sure he will probably still be pretty safe.
I don't know what his qualifying scores are so far. So here, this is. I ended up just kind of pounding a 9. I have a regular spinning 9-iron with Titans. I play Titans typically, and I just pounded it with backspin, just a safe shot. There's time to chase hole outs and there's times not. Again, I keep saying that, but in this case, this is not a time, in my opinion, to chase a hole out.
Well, the fact that we've got Coral Ridge as the final course after this, where you're talking 25 par on a decent setup, I'd say.
Yeah, I mean,
you're not gonna. You don't have a 30 course opportunity. 30 under opportunity.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of Coral Ridge as a course, but one of the things that is interesting about it is you've got a lot of holes that once in a while can set up. So if you get a setup where like, holy cow, 1's there, 5's there, 6 is borderline for a chip, 10. I mean, there's a lot of holes that can be there once in a while. So if you get a setup where you get a little bit of a mix of drivable holes, that can be really interesting. Also, on the other side, you can get a setup where like, oh, it's just a really boring 25 par. So
yeah, and you, especially when it comes to the live stream and qualifying, and it being that final course in some of these events, you want to have a mix where hole 1, a couple of these holes are fringe, because then you're going to get guys chasing that might lose a few strokes and might, affect the leaderboards finishing up with that last course. Now, how much of effect do you think not having Grand Teton in the rotation? Because Grand Teton's another like 30 under par for the most part. What you think that makes much of a difference to some of these guys in
I would
gals
say,
qualifying?
I mean, just for the total like top qualifying score, it makes a difference because you're taking a course that's probably a 30 par on average and replacing it with a course that's 25 or 26 par on average, and so the average par for the whole qualifier is dropping by 4 strokes.
Yeah.
But in terms of like skill level, I'm not sure it makes a ton of difference. Neither one is a particularly difficult course. I would say, if anything, maybe Coral Ridge is a tougher course to hold par on. So probably a little bit of an advantage to the more skilled players in that regard. So we've kind of hit the. We haven't talked about much about this round. They've kind of hit the fat middle of this course here, and at this point, with that wind and that pin, I'm chasing that hole out. Like the worst case that's going to do, it's going to roll a little bit past. I know that it's a little bit of a downslope, so easy putt if I happen to go into the fringe or just past.
I think we're out of room. Really? Yeah, but here, you can plug in over here. If there's an open, go ahead. No. Actually, here, Andy, can you...
Hey, Andy.
No, as long as you're good if there's nothing in there.
Andy, can you do me a favor? Yeah. Can you check Eric Nelson's machine and see what hole they're on? Whatever, Eric Nelson's on like hole 19 or so, 19? Or I'm machine 19. Just tell me what hole he's on.
Oh, beautiful
Right.
shot. So 5 hybrid, but again, stout. So he's playing that 13. What would you say, about 60%?
So I've messed around with the stouts very little. Only when in a doubles event, my partner happens to be playing stouts. So basically, in my mind, I'm cutting the wind in half. So in that case, it was a 6 or 6.5. And I think that doesn't necessarily hold all the way through. Like if it was a 20 wind, I'm not sure it'd be a 10. I think it'd be a little bit less than that. But in terms of just general, I would say the stouts cut the wind in about half. Thanks, Andy.
Can I step in when you leave?
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
So for me on this one, I did 5 hybrid with bite. Again, I was playing a 13 wind. Jared Decker was playing a 6.5 wind. Yeah, well, Seth is just trying to get home.
Yeah.
But this is a hole where I'm not chasing. I'm getting my birdie and I'm moving on. If it happens to get GSP or if it happens to get in the hole, great. Otherwise, I'm just moving on.
Now this is actually nice. I like the pin in the middle with the 9.
Yeah, it was. I've heard about 3 different versions of this shot from people that I've talked to, Minnesota guys. I did a 5-wood backspin. I just kind of, I didn't thumb it. I kind of just did a little baby cut around the trees. Again, for a little bit of safety, but I ended up kind of running it by the hole. So, in terms of qualifier, if I'm just trying to stay on par, I love this setup. This is great.
Yeah.
I'll just play a little baby cut, safe. If I get anywhere near the hole, great. If not, I'm 20, 25 feet away.
Yeah, and this is a fun hole, but not something you want to go chasing after. Andy Haas talking to Seth in the background there.
He says, I'm about to commentate your game. You better pick it up.
He probably is. Did Andy give him the advice?
This is like one of those golf commentators on the course that talks to one of the guys, and it's illegal.
Oh.
Were you giving Seth advice? That's not allowed.
I was just asking about the setup.
Why is he playing so poorly? No, Seth, I feel like you'll see a 27 out of Seth on Coral.
Yeah, no, I mean, and he'll know, like, he'll look at the leaderboard. He's been to enough tournaments. He'll look and know, okay, he'll know if he needs a 24 and be safe or if he needs to really chase a 27. So for me, like, this is a 1 in 20 kind of drivable setup, not obviously this setup here. So I'm knocking it out where whoever hit first, Jared, I think.
Yeah.
That's where I would be. From there, it's either, for me, a 7 hybrid, a 5 hybrid. You're trying to line up the wind a little bit, so you can see Jared's, even with the stouts, he'll have even less, but you're trying to get that straight wind for me, and just kind of let it roll up there near the hole and try to make it in. So in this case, for me, he's got stouts, so it's different, but I would do that with bite and just kind of let it roll up near the hole.
This looks, I say the release.
He's got release, again,
yeah,
because that 10 is
pushing
actually a
bit.
5, so, and it's a little bit uphill too, so, with a 7 hybrid, the elevation doesn't matter too much. But in this case, it took a little bit of distance off.
All right, one of these guys, Taylor's got to get some GSPs here. Oh, look at that.
Look at this guy.
Hole out. I called it.
That's the number 4 call of the week. Oh.
Yeah, he took it to the next level. I said great shot points. He's like, you know what? I'm going to hole it out.
Yeah, I mean, it was, yeah. Great. Hey.
But stouts, though.
I can't say anything. Great call.
Thank you. 1 in, 45, I get.
All right, so on this one, I don't know, half the time I'm going way to the left into the quote-unquote yard. Another 40% I'm going to the end of that fairway to the right of his cursor. In this case, I just blasted it over everything.
Yeah, the 11 mile an hour
It's
wind
a short
straight.
setup, front tee box, 11 tailwind, just take
take
it to Plowtown.
If they go in the way you're talking about, going straight onto the fairway, then you're going to have that wind blowing to the right, and you're going to have a right green slope. So you have the fat part of the green though to play with a bite.
No, I think there's no negative for just going deep. In my mind, I think I had a 9-iron into this green, so I just high teed this and blasted it, and I had a 9-iron in.
Looks like that's what. No, Jared.
So from where, Taylor hit first?
Yeah, because of the hole out.
From where Taylor is, it's actually to your point. You got a right breaking green. You've got a left wind. Not a terribly hard shot, but again, it's even easier from where who'd you say Jared is? What'd you say, Andy? I'm up. All right,
Mr. Tony Johnson.
All right, thanks, guys. I'll be back soon.
Thanks for
Hopefully.
joining us.
I'll just shoot a quick 31 here on Coral Ridge.
Do it. Shots of the week. All right, so joining me now is two-time Golden Tee World Champion, Mr. Andy Haas. Andy?
Kevin, how's it going?
Good to see you, my friend.
You as well.
Always a good time. How you been shooting today? How's things going?
Pretty good so far.
What are you, have you played all the way through Oak?
No, just the first 3.
Okay.
So we got a couple 31s and a 28. So
nice.
Not too bad.
All right. Now, I got to bring it up because I know it's going to come up one way or another with these guys. Now, what are you using Titans?
I'm using streaks on Coral, Teton, Powell, and Oak, and stouts on Jamaica and Dodge.
So you are using stouts?
Yes.
All right. Now, how long have you been doing the switch?
Like a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
honestly, it wasn't until the big controversy started that I even thought to look at them. I had never played them before, and I tried them, and they're that optimal on those 2 courses, in my opinion.
And which 2 of those again?
Jamaica and Dodge.
Jamaica and Dodge. Okay.
Because there's no long forced carries, which is that's the one thing stouts can't do is they can't match the carry distance of streaks. So think of holes like Teton number 2.
I'm tanking for my World's Pass.
Teton number 2, Powell number 4 and 15, Oak 6, Oak 15, Coral 1, 14. All those holes that have big, long force carries, stouts can't compete with streaks there. But on Dodge and Jamaica, when there's no force carries like that, there's no reason not to use them, in my opinion.
Yeah, we talked about it a lot earlier today, and with these guys using stouts, Mouth switching to stouts is dangerous. He is still doing Titans on Lake Powell and another one, I believe. But it's only the 5th most popular ball we have.
Stouts?
Mm-hmm.
Are you serious?
Mm-hmm.
Really?
Yeah, that's the interesting thing.
It feels like so many people are using them.
Oh,
that's interesting.
That's a beautiful shot. Well, and that's the thing. I think back in the day when the hurdles were taking over, and
everyone was using
them. Now in the age of social media, I think, especially with Golden Tee fan, things get not blown out of proportion, but get inflated a little bit easier with social media.
Honestly, I would have thought they were probably the most popular ball. So that's interesting to me.
No, it's and when we talked about that, when Adam Kramer and I talked about it and actually got the data, I was surprised that it wasn't 2nd or 3rd.
The thing I would say about them is they're the only ball with an extremely positive or a maximally positive attribute that has no drawback or no concession or no, so if you play streaks, the ball doesn't spin. If you play arrows, it's stock distance on every shot but a tee. If you play spinnies, it's stock distance except for the curves. If you play straight jackets, they go really far, but they don't curve a lot. So there's a give and take. On the stouts, there's no give and take. It's all take. And so that would be my one criticism of the ball, and where I think maybe they could be adjusted a little bit. Either they don't reduce the wind as much, or maybe they don't go as far because there's no negative to that ball, in my opinion.
The one thing that interests me so much is that this ball's been around for years, and it's only been recently that, that people have really started trying to use it.
And perhaps for me, it's probably just stubbornness and set in my ways, and
It's. I mean, no matter how you feel about it, there's a huge learning curve. Whether you're new to the game, new to live play.
I don't think there's a
really.
I started playing them a week ago, and I'm putting them in play on 2 courses this week at this tournament. So I don't.
Well,
there's no learning
offense,
curve.
you are Andy Haas, 2-time world champion who can do a lot of damn things
Okay,
others
all right,
can't.
that's
So
good. Fair enough. Fair enough.
But
my concern would be anyone who started playing the game using those balls, if the
balls ever got changed or we came out
they
with
would
something
they
better,
wouldn't know what was going.
Yeah.
You're married. If you started the game playing those balls, you're married to them. In my opinion.
No, I think you're right there. Oh, yeah, you can tell Seth. He's came over here jokingly talking to Haas and I, but he seems a little off his game. But
like I said, they're certainly not a perfect ball, and it tells you they're not a perfect ball because I'm only using them on 2 of the 6 courses, and so I see merit in. But I would say if I'm not playing streaks on a course, I'm playing stouts. So I see value on streaks on 4 of the courses, probably 5 once Cashel Sur comes out next week.
Okay,
I'm going to be playing streaks on that. But Dodge in Jamaica is 100% stouts, not even close.
All right, so as these guys finish up
What are we
here
shooting
on
here?
hole 18.
Seth's tanking for the. He wants the world's pass.
Yeah, that's what he said.
He's just kidding. He's not taking it.
No. All right, so you see him looking to score. We switch over to Fox Mouth.
How great is this? I mean, talk about wife goals. Like you're on your honeymoon yesterday, and then you show up at a Golden Tee tournament the next day. Like, I mean, awesome.
And I think
that's
beautiful.
Talk about a marriage meant to last.
Yes.
I mean, come on.
Well, and here's the thing. I know Brandy is a great player. She plays a lot. Her and Chad have 2 home editions. They play a lot. But I mean, who else better to play with than Mouth and Fox on the live stream? You know what I mean?
Yeah, right.
Now she'll probably go home and switch to stouts. Let's be honest. But all right, so with Mouth,
I think him and Andy are both playing stouts.
Let me check.
I think I talked Andy into stouts like just this week.
Yes, I just talked to Fox, and he said he played them for about 3 days, since Wednesday.
Me and my big mouth, I'm sharing all my secrets with everyone, and I can't keep my mouth shut. And
hey, it happens, my friend. All right, Mouth. Let's do a quick little look on the IT tools. So Mouth right now is using.
Oh, he's got to be using stouts here.
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, stout.
Yeah. Him and Andy are both using stouts.
Yeah, I think he was saying that.
Yeah, you can tell by the yellow line distance he's using stouts.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it. Now, what's the play here as with the stouts? You think? You just go. I mean, could you get a 6 wood high tee, a 6 wood over?
I just did a little bit of a cut high 5 wood. I mean, I don't
high 5 wood even with the 11. Well, yeah, so you're also using stouts. So
I don't know if it's worth the risk of going around the left like he's doing right now. I left myself about a 35-foot putt. So, yeah, if you face right where he is, and barely landed on the green, you're going to have about a 30-foot putt, and that's not too bad. He's going to have about a 40. He's going to have about a 30-footer. That's good. That's a good putt. Who's that, Brandy?
How you doing? All right, so I just saw Mouth running around here somewhere. And then Brandy just said hello. She is using Barrage.
Okay. Also, not a bad ball.
Yeah, I don't know if I've really messed too much with Barrage. I was pulling it up here earlier because it's been so long since I've really,
their distance is the exact same as Titans. Titans spin a tad more. And so I think once Titans came out, I think it kind of made Barrage
like obsolete.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know JoJo actually still uses Barrage on some courses, so he's one top player that uses. But once Titans came out, I think anyone who was using Barrage switched to Titans.
Makes sense. You think Joe switched to stouts?
If he gets past his, what would I say? He has like a strong, like moral, like
objection to
yeah,
them?
yeah,
Moral objection.
That's what I was looking for. Objection. Yes.
No, and I can't fault him.
And I told
for
him,
it.
and I said, if it's available on the game, if it's available to use, it's fair game. So if it's available, it's fair game, and there's no, if it's optimal, you should use it. And if you don't, you're just being stubborn and wrong-headed, and
All right, what do you think, seeing most of these setups outside of Coral, what do you think cut line with 105 people is going to be here?
So I would say Dodge was probably about 29. Powell's probably about 26, so that's 55. This one will be about 25, so that'd be 80. And I haven't seen the other two, but I would say probably 25, 22. So 105. 120, right around 130.
Okay.
That would just be my amateur guess. I haven't seen the last two setups.
Right. I do see a few people are on Coral already. Some of the smaller groups speeding by. So
that must be nice.
But let's see, Brandy. Even though she's in the sand. She missed the track ball there. She had a really beautiful chip off of the cliff.
See, right where I told you, Andy hit that. Well, he hit the high 4, and he's got 35 foot, which is about what I told you he'd have. And he's probably about. Well, I endorsed him on 2 of the courses. I said 2 of 7. I mean.
Yeah, you were pretty spot on.
Trust me. I will be happy to play a Stouts player on Coral. Give me my streaks on Coral, and I'll play all the Stouts players that want to play, because there's about 5 holes on Coral that I get an advantage on with streaks. So, and I think Casual Sure is going to be the same way. Teton 1 and 2, Powell 4, 11, 15, Oakwood 1, 6, 15. Those are all streak advantage holes. So I would say if you're not like a top 50 or 100 player and you're just trying to shoot the best score you can, then Stouts are probably the optimal ball for you.
Yeah.
Okay, but if you were at the top of the top level and trying to absolutely maximize your score on a given game, that's when you may start messing, where I'm saying streaks on these courses.
Right.
Or whatever, but.
All right, so Brandy made the chip in for birdie mouth with the eagle putt. Looks like Fox might have a hole out.
I
don't
think
know.
he does, yeah.
Yeah,
he
he's
does.
got some great shot points, too. So Mouth, 1 off par there.
Maybe he won't water number 13 like a noob like I did.
Every dog.
I know, yeah. It was really frustrating, but what are you going to do?
All right, so they are working on getting the qualifying scores up for the Wisconsin Open at the PEGTtour.com website. I know they're importing them. Yep, importing them from Livewire. 14 31 unders on Dodge.
Well, I mean, it number 1 was there, so the par was 31.
Yeah.
So, that's 14 clean games on. But I would say I don't think anyone would dispute it is the easiest course of the year. And with so many people playing Stouts on that course,
you're talking
you're going to get 14 clean
the
games there.
Yeah, 10% of the field almost.
Yeah, that sounds about right to me. Yeah, I shot a 31 with about 30K, and I was in 10th.
See, I kind of like the way Mouth went a little bit to the right for the shorter play, but I like the setup that Brandy and Fox are going to have with that 13. Nice little forward
See
soft.
what she does here. Looks like she's using maybe Titans.
I think she's Barrage.
Okay, all right. Well, that would make sense that they're the same distance.
Yeah.
Andy's on stouts here. He's just going to thumb this 3-wood backspin. Get in there. Spin.
Ooh.
Good shot. Mouth's never been one to take too much time with a shot. Wow, that was close.
.21 after 12. Here's that hole 13. Not a bad setup here. What happened with yours?
I hit a medium 10.5, and I hit it 128 miles an hour, and I thought it was going to be just perfect. I thought it was perfect. And it came up short, which I was really surprised it came up short at 128 because I only needed to fly about 320 to. Let's see what Mouth does here. Okay, he hits at 140, and he's smart. He hit it to the fat part of the green. So that's what happens, though. I said I've only been using stouts for a week. Still not 100% on all the distances and everything, But hey, Kevin, let me ask you a question, though.
All right.
We're about 3 weeks from new tee boxes coming out. Have you seen any of those, or
actually,
got anything to report on those?
I do not. I have seen one new tee box on actually hole 3, the par 3 here. I have not gone through them yet, but every time the topic comes up with Jim Zielinski, course designer, he just kind of smirks for way too long. So I know a lot of these holes, they might change up a little bit here and there, but I feel like he's got a couple of aces up his sleeve when it comes to completely changing the look and feel of some of these holes.
And it's, in my opinion, it's one of the best things you guys have ever done. It takes courses we've been playing for 6 months, and it completely reinvigorates and re-energizes them. And it the last, used to be back from June to September, it was like the Baton Death March, waiting for the new courses, and now when you redo the tees, it just completely reinvigorates them, and then especially now that you're gonna put the old tees back with the new tees in July or whatever, and just so much variety. I mean, by the time we have everything figured out, new courses are coming out, and that's the way it should be, and it's awesome.
Well, thank you.
It really is.
It's fun to talk with the development team and. Some of the things that each year we try to improve on, and the tee boxes and the variety is definitely one of many things we talk about as we try to make the game better for everybody, whether it's the people that are playing 50 games a day or people that are playing 5 a week. You want to have variety for everybody. All right, so Jordan asks, what balls should I use for every course? And
I would say if you were a new player, you should use stouts on every course.
Yeah.
Otherwise, I would say the most well-rounded ball other than that would be Titans. Titans go far, they spin a lot, they curve normally. So I would say either one of those two for a non-expert player would be a good choice.
Even though Fox and Mouth are playing the same balls, I feel like they're definitely hitting some different shots, which is fun. And that, again, Mouth is one of those people that just has such interesting play style.
He might do. Yeah, you never know what he's going to do. He might do anything. Who knows?
All right, Mr. Haas, I'm going to take a quick break. Adam Fitzgerald's going to jump in, but
right,
I know
perfect.
you're getting ready for Coral Ridge. Thanks
Yes,
for
sir.
joining us, my friend. You want to jump in? I already introduced you, so. Yeah. All right, I'll stay around for 2 more minutes just for Adam. Now, next month in St. Louis, the end of April, it'll be interesting.
We will
to
be on
see,
the new tees for that
Yep.
tournament. Yes.
And it'll be interesting to see how Castleshire plays as well.
Absolutely.
So if you are not aware, April 23rd through the 26th at Cyberg's Dorset in Maryland Heights, Missouri. It's a new bar, huge location. I believe they have 8 of their own golden tees. So
always
they've got,
a good turnout at the St. Louis tournament.
Yeah,
So
and the
PEGT Tours home base, so
Yep.
it's always a good turnout there.
And the
yes.
fact that they have so many of their own machines means they've got a huge player base at that location. Hotels are in the parking lot like
what
they
is
used
Mouth
to be.
doing here?
Ninewood, huh?
No, I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah, as soon as he hit that.
No,
yeah.
there's no reason. I mean, you can do what Andy's going to do here and hit it through that. Yeah. He's going to hit a full 8-wood from right here. He's going to just miss this tree leaf right here.
Now, why wouldn't you try? Wouldn't the safer play be the 3 hybrid to the right?
Well, I don't have a 3 hybrid on this course.
Okay.
So
it looked like when Fox was going through his club sets,
he
had
might,
the 3 hybrid.
but no, right. This shot he's doing right here it's a full and it's a no-brainer. Now he's going to have a 40-foot putt, 50 maybe, 40. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that shot.
All right, now Adam Fitzgerald's ready to rock and roll. I'm going to step out. Thanks again,
All
my
right.
fan.
Good to see you, Kev.
All right, Adam.
But Kevin, he's got a small head. Have to adjust these every time.
What's up, bud?
Andy
How you
freaking
doing?
Haas, buddy.
How you doing?
This is the first. How you doing?
Good. How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
How you doing?
Hey.
I'm okay, man. Hanging in there, I guess.
What are you doing?
Kind of pissed. I just screwed up around on Jamaica. My GPA was a Batman.
Ryan Tanzi, shout out. Nice to see you watching us.
We're just
Love
talking
you,
about
love
Tanzi
you, buddy.
earlier. Kind of mad he's not here.
I made a Baton Death March reference, and
Gotcha.
Ryan commented on that. I love Ryan.
At least
Tanzi.
somebody understood what it meant. Huh? So, what are we watching here?
All right, so we're watching these guys. We're watching Brandy, like 1 day fresh off her honeymoon,
and like 7 days
like
fresh
she-
off of marriage.
Well, yeah, squad goals,
She said
honeymoon right to.
Chad said he's been drunk for 7 days.
Golden Tee tournament. It's
right.
pretty awesome.
Yeah, they got it figured out. That is loud.
Again, remember, do not.
What is he saying?
I just won Lake Powell.
Do you not like that thing in your hair? Will it mess your hair up?
Lake Powell.
You want it?
No, yeah.
Dude, gross. I just looked at that score. 31?
Is machine 12 done?
How'd you get? You playing streaks?
Yes.
Hole 4.
Got a couple hole ones.
Hole 4.
Couple
Hole 4.
couple hole-outs.
Hole 4. I bounced right by the pin and then took
What are you
another
playing,
bounce.
stouts?
I put no. Come on, man.
No, we're good.
I think he doesn't want to mess up his hair. Sorry, buddy. Saw you out there, Andy. No, I know hole 4. I hit the right by the hole, bounced on the green, and then trickled down to the right. So I actually shot a 28 with 65,000 on that course. That's probably
pretty
my
good
best.
score. That's a
I mean,
fine
that's
score
probably
on
the
that
most
course.
shotties I've ever had around in this thing. For me, that is a good score. You're right. You can say that. It's okay.
28 with 65 on that setup is a good
It was
score.
gross. It was pretty gross. You want to know what I did on Jamaica though? I was not clean. I missed the stupid island hole like an idiot. But I was like
So
20.
did
I was like 25 going to 18, pretty happy. I'm like, just 26, 27. I'm right where I
knock it
need to
on
be.
there, yeah.
And I hit a 10.5 with Backy and missed the track ball. Ended up right next to the
Next to
the
a
bar
rock?
because I'm by the bar.
Yeah,
The rock would have
look
been
what you put- well,
fantastic. So I'm by the bar.
So how is this different than what you normally are?
Because normally I don't miss the track ball.
$50 gift card, Lake Powell, 30.
Woo! Congrats, buddy.
Ship it.
That's a great round. 31 on a live play like in a
Pretty happy
tournament.
with that.
That's
I was pretty happy with that one.
you call that a 2 better? That's a 2.5 better.
Well, I mean,
4 was tough. I know with streaks it probably wasn't as bad,
and
but
then I drove it on 11, was straight, so
I 110 or I 180 that.
can't say
But
that one was hard. So
it wasn't.
I
That was there.
I had 2 lots.
2.5 better.
Yeah. What are you gonna do?
That's a good round. Congrats.
All right, let's see what what's Brandy doing here.
Brandy looks like she's still dressed for the cruise. She, I was glanced at her before and said hi, and she gave me a weird look, and I go, "What was that for?" She goes, "I've had a significant amount to drink in the last hour." I go, "A little bit, a lot." So she's still vacationing. She loves it. How are your other rounds today, bud?
Gotta go. That's gotta go. That's
gotta
go.
get up there.
Gotta go.
That was a gross hole there too.
Gotta hit a little harder, Brandy. All right. Let's see what Andrew F.
How'd
does
you do the rest
here.
of the day?
Oh, pretty good. I got a 31, 31, 28. So we're.
So yeah.
So what is that? 90? Yeah, minus 90. Can't complain about
that's
that.
pretty solid.
Yeah.
You haven't played the fourth course either?
Yeah, no, I still got 2 to go.
We're like the 2 most behind people in the
Oh,
building.
wow. Andy, bad shot there, buddy.
I wish I had your scores.
Bad shot by Andrew.
You're a 90 right now?
I think so. What is it? 31, 31, 28. I think
So
that adds up.
I'm an
Oh,
81.
wow.
I'm an 81. That's not good. Oh, man. I'm in trouble. Oh.
You know what's funny is to tell you the difference between Golden Tee today and 15 years ago. At the most attended tournament 15 years ago, 81 would have been the top qualifier.
Right. Yeah.
Hey, buddy.
Hi, guys.
What's up, Mouth?
How you
I
doing?
just want to see what the world's talking about while we're playing here.
Not a whole
I know
lot.
if it's the same people watching the stream. I talked about a lot of these shots coming in here.
Hopefully you can hear Mouth.
It pains me watching Fox make a mistake like that.
That was
And
that
that's
was an
him-
unforced
that's
error.
him
Yeah.
not knowing stouts quite yet.
Yeah. Well, right. He just switched.
Who's
to
playing
him
stouts?
2 days ago.
Fox is playing them all around.
Come
the board. I
on,
think Andy and
no.
I are
He just
smarter.
switched to him.
Andy
That's
and I
all.
are the 2 smartest stout players
Yes.
right now.
2 smartest
No,
stout
the
players.
math tells us that Dodge, you never lose a stroke on Dodge.
Right.
So why do I not want to have more hole outs?
So, can you guys hear Mouth a little bit?
I mean, depending on C3s or A1s, you're not losing one, but A1s and C3s are fickle now. You lose one sometimes on the dead straight shot.
Oh, more stouts convo. I mean, I get you guys got to play them. It is what it is. I'm just going to stick with my Titans. Keep playing Golden Tee. Fucking stouts. That sounds right. I'm not sure we're supposed to say that on the air, but it sounds fun. There's a beer I've been looking for. God, Paul Lady coming through like a biting sow. I'm on the 3rd course. I haven't played the 4th course yet. I have not played the 4th course yet. Yeah. That's awesome. We should have a bottle right here and do a shot every time somebody says stouts.
Oh!
The commentators would be hammered.
Mouth just, he was talking very confidently
And
there,
then
and he
knocked
just
it right in the water?
Yes.
This is probably the easiest look ever, too.
Yes, this is not a hard look right here at all.
Wow,
what is Andy doing?
Okay, so you just
Oh
got to
my
push it a
God,
little
I
left,
don't-
fellas. So it's the stouts, man. Look at
Adam.
Another shot. Do it.
I moved all the way left. I low teed a 6-wood backspin and thumbed it a hair left, and I pointed it.
You know what I did?
This is. If you playing stouts, this is.
I saved
this is
my
a nothing look.
I saved my 3.5 cents, and I hit 8-wood right here with backspin straight ahead.
This is nothing. This is a nothing.
Spun right back to the hole.
There's no reason 2 top 10 players should water this hole.
Especially after seeing the first guy do it.
This is.
Insane.
I mean.
Come on. Some words for
I've
that.
hit bad shots before, but there's no excuse.
No, none at all. Not on that hole. That's an easy hole.
That's inexcusable.
If you give me this look on this hole every time, I
Brandy's
would be
gonna
ecstatic.
she's gonna low tee this.
Somebody run over and tell Brandy to hit the 8-wood with backspin.
No, she needs to low tee this 6-wood and just thumb it a little to the left.
Maybe she doesn't like the thumb. Do you know Brandy's game? Golden Tee Jordan.
I can't believe I can't. If you would, Adam, if Vegas would have given us odds that
Both guys
Mouth
water
and
that,
Andy would have both watered that,
we would be losing our houses.
I
probably.
would be so rich right now if I bet the yes
Oh,
on
man.
them both watering it, because it's just not even a.
Nice.
Like there's hard setups on this hole. That wasn't.
That's
one
not
of them.
it.
That was not one of them. That was not one of them.
You know what? If they would have came up short, I could have at least maybe understood it. But
How
to
they
go
both-
right,
they both
to
missed
go
to the
right,
right.
that
I
doesn't
don't
make any
get
sense
it.
at all.
I don't.
And Mouth was just here telling you, "Oh, Brandy pushed it too far left. She's scared."
Because Mouth talked her into that shot.
Probably.
Mouth talked her into that
She's
shot.
at least going to be dry.
Well, she's actually going to hit the green.
Oh, and she's got a putt too. That is not a fun putt. And she might putt that in the water, but it's a putt. Golden Tee Jordan Scott, I assume. He's famous now, I think.
He is.
Like 1 million views or something.
Shout out
on
to
some of his
Jordan.
YouTube videos, Jordan.
Love you, buddy.
Buddy, yeah, congrats on all that, your Make-A-Wish stuff and everything that followed it. That's fantastic.
Wow,
story
what
to
a
watch.
chip. What a chip.
Andy.
This guy, I mean, he's a ridiculous chipper.
He is one of the better
just
ones.
so good. So good.
Mouth putts it from there. And, oh, he
How long we
almost
got?
made it.
Why that? Not long?
Not
Good.
long. Andy's going to leave us soon, I think. I got to look, see where we're at here, too. Oh, I got a while yet. I got a little while yet. My guys aren't very fast. Oof. We're behind because of that. A 2-man group takes as long as our 3-man group to play. I hope they don't listen back. I feel bad. I'm sorry, fellas. Got to remember what I'm saying, whom I'm talking to here. Andy's laughing at me. You the man over there, bud. Both of our behind-the-scenes IT crew here killing it like usual. Can't believe they came in on Thursday, got us going.
Look at this.
It's been awesome. Brandy
good
stays
try,
dry
Brandy.
though, and that's a good par for her. That's
good try.
If Mouth wouldn't have talked her into that bad shot, she'd have made birdie.
I still can't believe that Mouth and Andy
So
both
Andy
hit
is-
that in the water. I still can't believe it.
Andy Haas is just
I'm
flabbergasted.
incredulous.
He's got the
just
same
can't
look on his
believe
face
it.
for the last 10 minutes. I
It
know
just makes no
good,
sense. It's nonsensical.
This hole here.
All right,
is
so
not a bad
here we
hole.
go.
So this, I still think
This
it's
is a
10.5
full.
with
This is a
backspin.
full 3-wood. This is a full 3-wood.
Where were you?
A full A 3-wood.
When I needed that.
Okay, why is I don't
Shouts.
understand why he's doing that.
But he's on.
He's on, but
I would have gave anything for that.
okay.
So Mouth, I do like the full here now that you say
It's
that.
the full 3-wood backspin.
So
If
do you
tee
think-
it, so I had the full 3-wood backspin without moving the tee, and I missed it a little to the right.
Do
Still
you-
on the green, obviously, but about 30 feet away. If he moves this all the way to the left and hits a full A2, it's gonna be perfect.
I got to move
Be
machines.
perfect.
Son of a.
It's gonna be perfect.
I liked my machine. Paige, you're disappointing me. All right, I'll be there shortly. I got to go. Paige is yelling. I got like a couple minutes. Who can we find to sit in here? Stink.
Right.
All right, Stink is going
He
to
should
jump
move
in.
this all the way to the left.
I think Andy's got to go soon too. We might need to find somebody else. But
Now
I'm
he
gonna,
should turn one. Okay,
Andy's,
so he's
Andy's
just
over
not-
here
he's
just
not gonna
talking.
hit a full.
He's having a good time.
It's a good shot. It's a fine shot.
All right, I'm gonna get
It's
out.
not a great
Hey,
shot.
I'm gonna go. I gotta go shoot.
See you, buddy.
Stink's gonna jump in with you for a little bit. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon.
Eric.
I'm starting the game.
You got the headset?
I'm starting the game.
I can get somebody over here, Andy. It's all good. I can get somebody over here.
I'm gonna. Steve.
Oh, sorry about the delay, guys. We're trying to get somebody to take over for Haas.
Oh. Oh, Andrew.
Tony Johnson, want to jump in with me?
I got Coral Ridge knowledge coming at you.
He's got Coral Ridge knowledge. He's got carnal knowledge of Coral Ridge.
What's up, guys? I think I'm on. First time? What's up,
Jesus,
guys?
Holy smokes. There we go. I'm ready.
Tony Johnson and Paul Lady taking over for Andy Haas and Adam Fitzgerald. It's all right.
All right, so are
he's
you,
he's new.
Paul? Yeah.
He's new. It's okay.
This is
We don't
only my
mind.
second time today.
Yeah.
So have you already completed your
I
qualifier?
have. I have. Have you?
Oh, yeah. I have as well.
Sweet. What'd you shoot?
144.
I got 136.
Okay.
Not
Both
horrible.
fine. Both fine.
I think so.
Yeah.
You know, Coral wasn't the easiest of setups.
It was a weird set. Like, I mean, Coral is what Coral is.
Yeah.
Like, there's.
I mean, par was
there's-
25. Sorry. Par was
yeah, you're not counting hole one. I
not.
assume.
No.
Yeah, I don't know.
No,
So-
that's hit or that hole's very, very hit or miss when it comes to.
and I feel like it's more hit than I think some people think.
You're right. I believe too.
But I think that was not a hit. That was.
I clipped
if you got an eagle on hole 1 of Coral Ridge today.
Yeah.
You're that's pretty good.
And then with that rough par 4 was a very
Hole
tough
8.
setup.
Yeah,
yes,
no,
that was a tough setup.
I ended up getting birdie there. I clipped the
Same.
tree and chipped
Oh
on
no,
it.
I went bunker, front bunker, and missed chip.
And I was playing with Brad Baird. He hit a great shot actually. He just barely went over the green and then missed a pretty easy chip.
Yeah.
But it was probably the best shot I've seen. I've probably seen 6 or 7 shots on that, and it was for sure the best. Sean Gervais, I saw he got an eagle on it with a 10.5 degree.
Yeah, high tee it with a
high tee,
cut.
clipped one of the long trees.
Oh,
anyway.
okay.
But anyway, very tough setup on 8.
Yeah.
One of the tougher setups you can get on hole 8, and obviously hole 1 was not there.
No.
So, all right, let's talk about this. So we got Seth.
We got Jared Decker, Seth Sandiford, and Mr. Bell. So I know Seth is playing streaks here. Decker's playing stouts. Bell's playing stouts as well.
Yep. No. Yeah. I was here a little bit ago. Well, hi Seth. So Seth, you're playing streaks still, right? Still streaks? Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
He's still streaks. I commentated these guys about 30 minutes ago. So
okay.
But I didn't know if Seth had changed based on the course. So at this point, you've gotten past hole 1. I think they maybe all got birdie. I wasn't really paying attention, but this is just an eagle hole. If it happens to go in, it happens to go in.
Yeah.
Shot.
Probably one of your basic par 5s though. Just hit it straight up. It can
no,
play.
I'm sorry. I think you meant basic par 4 that happens to be characterized as a par 5.
No, it's a par 5.
I know it's a par 5.
Did I say par 5?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But it looks a heck of a lot like a par 4.
It does. It does. But it can set up long to where you have to hit a high T5 and then or a high T10 9.5 or 8.5 and get it there. But you know, some people play 3 drivers just to see what's going on. Like Chris Brewer, he plays 3 drivers.
Yeah, he's bucking the trend in general. He's got the stout. Well, that's not the trend. Now that is the trend. But,
yeah.
He was pretty early to the stouts, and now he's pretty early to the 3 drivers. So I guess we'll all probably just end up there eventually.
I hope not.
Yeah, me either. Sorry, that's probably about the shot I would have played there. Just kind of a safety first, especially from the rough.
Yeah.
Really interesting on this hole. Like, there's almost no first cut. Like, it's just fairway and
which is weird
rough.
for this course. Which is very weird for this course because you got some certain holes that are where you got a first cut that's like a mile wide. It seems
and a fringe that's the same thing.
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. No, it's very unusual. But again, unless you're just dead chasing hole outs, there's nothing really wrong with being in the rough where those guys were.
No. So that's going to crush his 9-iron here.
He's got a plus 9-iron, so he got a little extra. Well, he didn't even spin that.
No, he didn't spin it. So
nothing extra there.
No. So when it says plus, it doesn't mean plus distance, guys. Just to be sure, so you guys got that.
Or power. Is it power or plus? I don't use them, so I don't know.
It's plus.
Okay.
It's plus. Yeah, I don't use them either. It's always standard for me. So what balls are you playing?
Titans across the board.
Yep.
This is actually the one I happen to hole out. So hit the hole in one putt here. I just cut an 8-wood and it happened to go in.
just missed it.
It's just one where you cut it with backspin, and if it goes in, awesome.
Oh. He only thumbed that at about 80. That's a little weak.
Oh, yeah, that's down in my territory. I'm, especially on the home edition. Like,
average thumbs should sit like if you want to thumb a shot, should probably sit around 91, 92, I would say.
Yeah, totally depends. I would say for me,
maybe
on
80,
on
maybe about
a
87.
regular track ball here today, if I was thumbing it, I would expect 88, maybe kind of in that range.
So my normal thumb shot, like if I get on it, I can get 100 if I get on it.
But Will and it's tough, if we're talking about shots at the banger bunker.
Yeah.
We got me and Fox who are kind of in the same range of strength of thumbs, and then Will and Aljaz are just another level. Their average thumbs are 94, whereas me and Fox are 88 or whatever.
It's also it's a very big touch thing too when it comes to it. So sometimes you can hit a thumb shot that you don't want to go as far, and you can hit it at 88 miles an hour all the way down to 79, no problem.
Yeah, no, and that's the other side of the spectrum is Fox and I have that gear that you can get 77 or 78, and sometimes that sometimes that hurts you because sometimes all of a sudden 77 is 74, and there's a big difference between 77 and 74.
There is.
74.
There's a huge
So,
difference.
But sometimes you're playing with fire a little bit, but there is definitely another gear down that Fox and I have that Aljaz and Will don't, but they have another gear up that Fox and I do not have.
Yeah.
But in terms of a qualifier or for the most part a tournament in general, doesn't matter a lot.
No.
You're not dialing in on specific speeds. That's more for a daily contest kind of thing.
Yeah. Certain daily shots you want to hit, you want to keep locked on, like where you hit 2 fulls in a row, like you're full off your drive, so it always ends up in the same spot, and you're full into the hole, where you can possibly hole it out.
Yeah, and everybody's playing stouts. Yeah. Thanks.
Yeah, we got that covered.
Yep.
So apparently we got a new drinking game. Every time somebody says stouts on the commentary, we have to take a drink.
Here we are. I think you said stouts twice, so it's 2 drinks.
So.
Cheers to stouts.
Damn it.
Oh.
You did it again.
Cheers to S word. All right, so this is where I laid up, but the other guys went long. Well, actually, only
with that
Jared
wind,
went
that's not a bad. I went to the other side. I hit a C3 spinny over to the other side, and I
where
cut.
he is here.
No, I'm actually over farther left.
Oh, okay.
I was in that mile-long first cut that we were talking about earlier.
Yeah.
But I just cut my 9-iron into it. But
generally, I'm
where
going
that first shot
9
was.
9 times out of 10, I'm going where you just described.
You know.
But in this particular setup, it was lay it back and just hit a 6-wood or a 5-wood for me.
Yeah. It's really rough hitting like your big C3s on this course because of all the trees and everything in your way. You know, it's probably that one course that messes with people the most because it's a very old school course.
Until Castleshire arrived this week, because that course is going to mess with people. The fringes.
Oh yeah.
So the trees on this course, the fringes on Castleshire are going to be a lot. I predict a lot of quality assurance Facebook posts about the fringes on Castleshire because they're a menace. Mostly in a fine way, but sometimes it's a little bit
like I didn't get to play it yesterday, so
they're just really deep and angled. Like
okay.
I think we're pretty used to fringes that just kind of roll off at the same angle as the green does.
Yeah.
And so you have to account for it a little bit if you're putting from the fringe, maybe a little extra power or maybe a little extra break. Castleshire, totally different.
Okay.
Like, they're much bigger fringes, which again we've kind of seen here, for the most part. But the fringes have a lot of roll off. They roll off a lot.
Okay.
So you just tip over in the fringe. You're like, oh, well, now I'm host. I gotta chip it.
Yeah. So get good at chipping, everybody.
Yeah.
So I'm sorry, but that word you guys just commented, that.
Hey, what's up?
I caught it.
Oh, the hijinks.
He tried.
Incredible.
Thank you, Andy. Andy backed me up right there. He's trying to make sure I didn't get anything in my butt crack here. This is why we're friends. So that word they commented only works if we say the word, that ball that everybody calls the cheese